Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Real Talk episode 167. Today, I have the absolute honor and pleasure of being joined alongside all three of my other co-hosts. We got all four of us in the pod. I think it might be the first time since George's wedding. Fact check me on that one. There might have been a random time since then that we all four were, but I don't know. It's been a long time. It's been a long time since we all four have been together. So we want to obviously talk about what we've been up to, how we've been doing, catching up with Cam. It's been a couple episodes. So before we get into that, though, what we will be talking about today is the running man. I'll talk a little bit of Now You Three Me, or Now You See Me, Now You Don't. We'll talk Sentimental Value, came out like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, maybe. But three of us have seen it now. So kind of catching up on some previous reviews that we didn't get to because we've kind of all been a little all over the place. But the two main releases that came out this week were The Running Man and Now You See Me, Now You Don't, as well as Keeper. But I don't believe any of us saw the new Oz Perkins is supposed to be crazy. But shout out to our executive producers. We got Ollie Powell, Stefan Johnson, and Cole Beaver. Shout out to all of you for making the show run every single week. And shout out to all of our patrons for being patient with us and for being such great supporters of the podcast so that we can be at 167 episodes now, which is incredible. But yeah, I think we're also going to probably do a little fun draft that I'll kind of prep here in this episode, I think. So we got a lot of fun stuff to do. It's the first time all four of us have been together in like half a year at this point. So we want to make it a fun episode today. So before we get into the reviews and the draft and the movie news and the trailers, let's get into how we've been doing, what we've been watching. We will start with Cameron because it's been 2, maybe 3.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Possibly 4 weeks.
The return.
How you been?
I apologize.
Give us the whole story.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm better. I didn't even like I feel like I've taken breaks from the pod before. Sometimes mental health, sometimes Emma just needs some help, and sometimes it's because our house floods and we have to move out to a place that's like 2 hours away, and I just can't do the pod. That sort of thing. This I was simply I just have been off. Last week we were in Florida. We're seeing Emma's cousin who didn't just have a baby, but she has a 9-month-old, so about Sutton's age. So we went down, saw them, stayed at their house. We went to Universal, went to like the Mario World. That was tons of fun. So there's just money down the drain, but we had a great time. Like the Mario World is just, it's nuts, man. Like when you walk in, like you enter through a pipe, right? And you hit the like, broop, 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 like pipe noise. And like you're in like a mushroom kingdom. Like it's crazy, dude. It's nice. It's really, really cool, like what they've done with it.
Are there rides? What is it?
We didn't do any rides, but yes, there are rides. I think there's a Bowser Castle ride, and then I think there is a DK like track ride, and then a
Yoshi ride.
He for sure just froze.
Yeah, I would hope he's not just like.
I wouldn't be back without the Wi-Fi glitch. So we're back, baby. There's like a Yoshi ride that like you could see the like whole park.
Wow,
tons of fun. And then I think there's like a Mario Kart ride, but we didn't do that one. But they have like the power-up bands that you buy for like $40, and then you can hit the blocks throughout, but you don't get anything for actually.
That's kind of sick.
Which sucks, but. There's like a game that you can go play where you basically like you yourself are kind of in like a Super Mario game, and you have to have the power up band for that. So I guess like that kind of makes it semi worth it, I guess, but more so worth it just because Bailey had a really, really good time. We went to the other parks in Epic as well, like Island Burke is super fun. That was a good time. And then there's like the Monsters universe and a little bit of Harry Potter. You have like the ride that's the Ministry of Magic, but we obviously didn't do the ride because we were with Sutton and Bailey. But you can still like walk through the Ministry, and that's also very cool. Like very much, the Ministry that you can walk through. Very cool. And like when you walk in, you go through like the like green fire and stuff, and so that's fun. So yeah, that was a fun time last weekend. The weekend before that, I think I missed. So that's when I'm trying to get my days right and everything. So yeah, the weekend before that was the weekend we were we were selling the house. So on that Saturday, November 1st, or not selling, but like renters were moving in. So we went and had to move everything out that we'd left. And so I texted you guys, I think. And my dad and mom were moving carpets to the attic because we just left like our carpets there. We were like, you guys can use them or not. And my dad fell through our ceiling in our master bedroom. Like on the day.
Did he fall all the way through?
No, he just like his leg went through.
Oh, okay.
So like in our attic, most
like
of it's plywood. There are pieces that are not there that are
Yeah.
plywood. And I guess he accidentally, fell off the plywood and stepped through the plaster ceiling. And just talk about a mental breakdown, man. I
didn't watch the latest Conjuring movie, right?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, did you? That was like a big part.
Yes, it was.
Third
Yeah,
act,
you're right.
where
Yeah,
like they had to
That's
step
funny,
on like the specific area in the attic,
and
or
he
else they would
stops.
fall
Yeah.
through.
That's funny. That's stupid mirror. So yeah, I think I cried for like 30 minutes. I was like hyperventilating, bawling, like I was having a crazy panic attack. Luckily the renters were not moving in that day. They were moving in last weekend. They were just coming to like bring stuff and like paint. They wanted to paint a room or two. So they did that, which was good. So we had someone go and like fix the ceiling and everything. That was good. But like I was bugging, man. So that was like a huge stressor, but I'm happy. I'm happy to be done with the house. I think the renters are enjoying it. Honestly, they haven't said anything in a while. Or in a week or so. So I'm really hoping that like no news is good news. So that's good. Happy to be out. We're building Bailey a play set this weekend. So I was doing that like all day yesterday. That was fun. Nice. But yeah, I'm hoping to be hashtag back. Except I will not be on the pod next week. Sorry, everybody. I'm going to.
Where are you going next week?
Next week, I'll be in Chicago for my mom's 60th birthday. So shout out Robin. Happy birthday, Robin. It was on the 10th. So yeah, shout out Robin. Happy birthday. But I'll be in Chicago next week for her 60th birthday. And then after that, I'll be hashtag back. If we record on Sunday following Thanksgiving, because Saturday is Sutton's birthday. So if we record on Sunday 2 weeks from now, I'll be hashtag back. Put that on your calendars. But yeah, I apologize for missing so much time. I love y'all very much. And then also I think it was like 2-3 weeks ago when I can't even remember, when One Battle After Another came out and my Wi-Fi just like was not working. And so I missed that episode basically.
I mean, you were on it a little bit.
I was on it a little bit. But yeah, I just have hated missing episodes. I haven't posted a TikTok in forever. I posted a couple days on like a different account. So yeah, go follow that if you want. But then I stopped posting.
Say the username.
I like the new TikTok. You don't even know your username?
No, brother.
Is it just
like I said, I
Walsh?
posted like it's CJ Walsh 27. CJ Walsh 27. Yes, okay, it is just Cam Walsh. Yeah. So I'm gonna really try to get hashtag back on the social media. I haven't even opened Letterboxd in probably 2.5 weeks.
Why do you keep hashtagging back?
Because we're hashtag back, baby. Put it in the description, baby. Yeah, I haven't even opened Letterboxd, let alone used it. I don't know what you guys are watching. I don't know what anyone's watching. I don't know why. I have no idea why. It's one of those. I've watched probably 20-25 movies since logging anything.
Oh man!
And I think it's like intimidating to go open it and try to log these movies. Yeah. None of which are outside of a franchise. It's all been comfort watches. And yeah, it's just you know how it be. Except Ferris Bueller's Day Off, which we'll talk in the Patreon episode. But that's Cam. I'm very happy to be back. Apologize for missing. We're gonna hashtag try not to be depressed anymore. We're gonna really try to get back to life a little bit. So yeah, it's been good. Love y'all.
No, I feel that so deeply about the Letterboxd logs. I think Friday night is when I finally caught up on like 6 movies that I just watched in the past week that like I finally caught up and logged. But what were some of the franchise you watched? You said you watched like 28 movies.
Star Wars, Harry
It was
Potter.
So I
absolutely
got
Star
through the
Wars.
Star
And Harry
Wars
Potter.
OG trilogy, How to Train Your Dragon trilogy, Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy, which
Not slop.
Don't say something stupid.
it is
Cam.
slop. You're an
Don't say
idiot.
slop.
It
It
is
is.
slop.
It is. slop.
It is slop.
Okay,
Definition of slop. But I was wrong about the Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy.
Yeah, bro, that shit
So
bangs.
So you think 2 and 3 are both great now as well?
I mean, maybe not great, but like
What's your
four
ranking?
stars. 4 stars or better.
That's
Well,
great.
so the first has been a 5. The first I've
Yeah.
always been like, that's a banger.
That's real shit.
Second, I've always thought is good, and then third, I thought was mid. So I think it was a 2.5, and then I rewatched it maybe at the start of the year, so maybe like 10 months ago or whatever. And I thought it was fine again. Moved it up to a 3, but I think it's very good. That's fun movies, man. Fun movies,
No,
and
It's so
I
good.
think I was telling Emma this while we were watching How to Train Your Dragon. So we watched that obviously because we were going to the Isle of Burke for the old Universal trip. And I think like just having an iconic score will raise your movie up like more and more. Cause like anytime that Pirates theme hits, I'm like, yes, do that again. Banger. And anytime like the How to Train Your Dragon theme hits, yes, do that one more time. So like, yeah, it's just having a banger score like that will always help boost you up.
I agree.
But yeah,
Seth.
so I watched that. We watched 4 Harry Potters, like the 4, like we started like 3 months ago. We watched like the first 3 or 4.
This
I
has
forget
got
how
to
many
be
there
like
are.
your 17th rewatch in the past year.
Yeah, right.
Like,
I know.
it has to be.
I'm a pothead, man. You know how it be. Oh, that's my crotch.
We're looking
Hell
at the
yeah,
crotch.
We're back, baby. We're back.
Why
We're back.
Wi-Fi issues, camera spasm.
Camera's
He's
swinging
back,
about.
baby.
Yeah.
He's
We're
so
back.
back. right now.
He's
So
hashtag
those
back.
definitely. I'm trying to think what else. Super Mario Bros. Movie would be on there because I watched that with Bailey at one point or another. Oh, the Hotel Transylvania trilogy. Not very good. Never
Trilogy?
seen those. We were
I
trying
actually
to
don't
find.
mind them.
That was like we were trying to find something for Halloween. So wow, this is way back to then that I haven't logged anything. We were trying to find like movies for Halloween that Bailey could watch. You know, like what's like a
Show
not
him Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, maybe.
Yeah, I've heard that's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. Yeah, you should show him that.
Other than that, I'm sure there are others. I honestly can't think right now. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Yeah, I'm sure there are others. But shout out Purdue basketball. We're back, baby. Beating Alabama is like clockwork at this point. I love Purdue basketball. Shout out them. And yeah, 9:30 game today. Tyler is big doo doo fodder. So
Yeah.
sucks.
Who wins? Dolphins, right?
I think it's the Dolphins. Yeah, but I don't know. That game sucks, man. So
Yeah.
shout out recording a pod over NFL game because this game is the game to miss. If it were last week, I would have to dual screen in the Colts, but yeah. Hashtag back, baby. Love y'all.
Cam,
Someone
have
else
you
talk
watched
now.
Superman?
Have I rewatched it?
Like since it's hit HBO.
I think since it hit. I think I think
Yeah.
I watched it once it came on HBO Max. Did I log it?
Probably not.
Yeah, right. Honestly, I haven't been on. I opened the Letterbox app.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I watched it twice. Okay, so yeah,
Okay.
I rewatched it. Yeah, good movie.
Watch it.
I think I don't know what the next franchise is. We'll probably watch a bunch more things. Who's to say? But yeah, that's the Cam rant of the week. I'm really
back.
pissed I didn't get to see Now You Three Me because that's
I
like
didn't see it
Emma
either.
and I love letter of movies, but didn't really have anyone to watch the kids this week. Didn't really ask.
Well, yeah. When I review it, you'll have to mute yourself or
I will.
turn off your ears so you don't get spoiled.
I'll see you by next week for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Seth, you were gone last week. You've been doing all kinds of things. What have you been up to? What have you been watching? How have things been?
Yeah, not bad. It's been really busy recently. I went to a Pluribus event last week and met the GOAT, Vince Gilligan.
Yeah,
that
that
was really,
looks
really
sick.
cool. Yeah, it was cool, man. Like, obviously, George, you'll know this whenever you speak him on as well. Like, usually when you go to some of these events and like, say like the cast is there or the director or whatever, but they'll just kind of mingle for like 10 minutes and then leave.
Yeah.
Vince Gilligan was like talking to everyone there. Like
That's pretty sick.
He was the nicest guy. Like I had a decent chat with him about like just Breaking Bad and stuff like that. It was really, really nice. That was cool. Rewatched the first 2 episodes as well. That was great. I went to shit, man. What have I done? I wasn't here last week, was I?
No, it's just
No.
Tyler and I.
Oh, I went to see Hunger Games on stage.
With a live pitted orchestra.
No, as in like the stage play.
Oh, like an act. Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know that.
They just opened it in London. It's the
How
first
was that?
run. This is how I describe it, Cameron. I would say good, not great.
Was there? Sorry, continue. I didn't.
No,
know you
no.
were gonna keep
Ask
going
this
after
first.
good, not great.
What were you saying?
Well, was there any like actor from the original like Hunger Games movie?
No.
Like pops up like Draco
But
in the stage.
One thing I was going to tell you is so what the main actor they got, like in terms of their marketing material, was John Malkovich.
Oh, yes. I saw that. Yes.
Welcome, right?
He's not in it.
He is in it. No, he's in it, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So he plays what's his name? President Snow.
Snow. Yeah.
Yeah.
John Malkovich does?
John Malkovich does, yeah. And they used it loads in the marketing material, which they're gonna because John Malkovich, you know, huge actor, Hollywood guy, whatever. So they used it, and this basically they built this whole building and stage purely for Hunger Games. So this is the whole point of it. It's a cool stage actually. It was really, really cool. And John Malkovich. So I say this not with hyperbole. He gives the most phoned in performance of all time.
Damn.
And there is a worst way. He isn't actually there. He's just on a screen for like 5 minutes. So everything he does is pre-recorded where he was at home wearing the costume, right?
That's awesome.
And it's just him on a big screen going.
Wait, why? Because is it like you're watching TV?
Well, no, because it. Yeah, I mean, like I don't know. Like I'm sure it was just,
Like,
it was
where's
just
your
a stage-
Figure it
POV?
out, man.
Like it's just so obviously the stage is here, and there's a massive screen on the side of the stage, and he just came on that every once in a while and did like
That's
a little.
awesome.
But it was like he did not give a like. It was emotionless. It was just the conversation. It was the weirdest fucking thing. So essentially, they marketed it the whole time, and all he does is like appear on a screen for like 5 minutes total. That's it.
Awesome. Did he
There's nothing
show up
there.
at the end? I thought I saw a video of him like doing the final bow and stuff. So he was at least
No.
Nope.
It was clearly a
Need to
pre-recorded
with
thing.
that.
Unless he did it for like opening night.
That's hilarious though.
It was fine. I mean, they changed a lot about the second half from what I remember. Anna's more of a Hunger Games fan than me. It was more for her for her birthday, so she liked it. After that, I've done really not much else. It's kind of been like work and stuff like that. Watched a few films. Oh, George, I watched Birth, the Jonathan Glazer one with Nicole Kidman.
Nicole
You watched
Kidman,
recently.
Yeah,
Really good.
absolutely.
Really enjoyed it, actually.
Yeah,
Really enjoyed it.
Sad as shit, man.
Crazy, yeah. The final, it's really interesting.
Okay.
I watched Shelby Oaks. I don't know. Didn't really do it for me. I don't think it's bad. I actually think it's a classic issue of Chris Stockman, from what I gather, actually has like a visual eye. I think visually there's some really cool things. I just think it's kind of the script that lets it down. I thought it was just okay. I watched Catherine Bigelow's new film, House of Dynamite. Bad. That's it. It's bad. I watched Ghosts of Mars, the John Carpenter film, with Jason Statham and Ice Cube. Very weird.
That's a funny movie.
Probably my least favorite Carpenter movie, if I'm honest.
No, that shit had me cracking up. It's not a good movie. I mean, it's a fine movie, but that shit is so funny.
I found Jason Statham so annoying in it. It really upset me.
I'm surprised you didn't like it because I feel like it's a movie that like leans into the silliness.
It does
Aggressively.
I don't know. It just didn't. It does. It just didn't really do it for me. I watched The Return of the Living Dead as well. I kind of play off Night of the Living Dead's crazy practical effects. Really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Rewatched It Such a Beautiful Day. Watched Sorry Baby, the Eva Victor film from this year. I'm not sure if you guys have seen it. It's really, really good. It's in my top 10 of the year. I think it has probably the best single shot of the year as well. Do the Right Thing. Watch that. Rewatched God, I can't speak. The World's End. The Edgar Wright film. Just because I hadn't seen it in a while and wanted to watch it. Great.
Wait,
love
what?
it.
Sorry. What shot in Eva Sorry,
The
Baby?
Have you seen it?
Yes.
I think well, how do I?
The house going from day to night.
It was the house going from day to night. I guess I can just say
okay,
that
okay.
much. But I think that's like in terms of like the still frame.
Yeah.
I think the
Okay.
way of handling it is amazing. I think
I thought you were gonna say the part where she's sitting on the like side with the guy that owns the diner, like talking, and it's like the
equally
wide
really
shot of
good.
them. Yeah,
equally really good.
was probably my favorite scene.
Kind of crazy, you know, to be like a director and be the lead actor. I think it's like it makes it even more impressive.
In her debut too, which is insane.
In her debut, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely
Crazy. She's like brilliant. I think I really like Naomi Aki as well. Actually, I really enjoyed her performance.
Great as well.
Crazy balance of real tragedy and actually like real comedy as well, and using it as a coping mechanism. Really enjoyed it. The Running Man, which obviously we'll speak about. I watched Michael Jackson's Thriller. It was when the trailer was. The trailer, which George loved, I think, actually, the Michael Jackson trailer.
Dude, Tyler and I shit on it last episode, and Mateo clipped that up, and people are pooping on us now in the car.
Well, I'm not surprised. I'm not quite as...
That was kind of not a goofy take, kind of a goofy thing to post, Mateo, just because I feel like you can't go after Michael Jackson like that.
It's a good thing.
I mean,
no views.
I don't mind that
that's
he flipped
fair.
it up.
That's
I'm just surprised that this movie has such a cult following. Like,
It's Michael Jackson. What do you mean?
Yeah, but if I were a diehard fan of any artist, like let's say they made let's say they made a Billy Joel biopic.
Yeah.
One, I'd be furious if it looked like that. Two, I'd be furious if the dude playing Billy Joel looked absolutely nothing like Billy Joel.
I disagree because Billy Joel, like I think the thing about Michael is
this is Michael Jackson.
He died so young that like he's got this like godly presence to
and he had that when he was in the primary school.
Like people loved him when he was alive and loved his music, and now that like he hasn't been alive for what 15
like 2010
years? Yeah, 15 years. Like I feel like he's got this like aura about him.
He does actually have
like nothing was wrong ever. Like nobody knows about his like scandal or anything. They like it's just like they just think of it.
When I watched it, I'm not quite as harsh on it as you, but I think it just looks like every biopic ever made.
Yeah, it just looks like every shitty biopic we've gotten.
I think it's just going to be one of those things where they fail to capture how large he was. I think it will just be like buy the book. I know it's like meant to be a two-parter, which to be honest, like I don't
even worse.
I think that was through with legal issues though. Like copyright issues. And had
two of these.
I can't remember what it was now.
No, it's because like I think it was something to do with like they use some victims that like legally they're not allowed to like talk about or something in the movie, or they use something that like legally they're not allowed to do in the movie. So
there was something like that. Yeah.
I can't remember. It was like a few months ago that came out.
Actually, it just looks fucking like I don't know. It just looks fucking. And people in my like when I tweeted about people in my replies were like, "Oh, you know, but it's Michael Jackson." I'm like, "Yeah, but it was Bob Marley, it was Amy Winehouse." I know Michael Jackson's obviously bigger, but also we've had these interesting figures who've been turned into nothing on screen.
Like there's a fucking Tupac biopic that no one even knows of.
Oh, that was I've actually I remember watching that.
Yeah,
I mean the only one I really like in recent years, I really enjoyed Straight Outta Compton. I actually really like that one, but
yeah.
Aside that, it's
there are fine biopics that have been made and
musical biopics.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Actually, I liked Complete Unknown. Shout out Complete Unknown. That was cool.
Yeah, Rocket Man's fine.
Rocket Man's good. Rocket Man's good.
No, I like Rocky Man.
And
I like
Aaron Edgerton greater than.
Nice.
Greater than just greater than?
Greater than Elton John? Or...
Yeah, greater than. Just greater than everyone, but greater than Elton John.
Okay, nice.
That's my take of the day. Better.
I haven't really watched anything else. George, have you watched Pluribus yet? Can you watch Pluribus, please? So we'll
review it at the end of the season if any of you watch it. But me and Seth will for sure do an episode at least.
Maybe.
How many episodes is it going to be?
I think it's
9.
9 for the season. Yeah, it's
as good as Breaking Bad.
I mean,
3 episodes
no.
in, are you ready to call it?
It's like
Say
it's
it's
3
greater
episodes in.
I don't think you can
What?
ever say anything 3 episodes in is greater than.
I will say the pilot is better than Breaking Bad's pilot, but that's saying nothing.
Yeah,
That's just-
pilot's
Breaking
okay.
Bad's pilot is kind of banging.
Breaking Bad's pilot's
When
really
it's running
good,
in his
though.
mouth
But
and it, like,
I think
burns
Pluribus's
his
pilot is like.
It feels like a
Pretty
show
good.
that Twitter is overreacting to. That's why.
No, I think it's great. I think like it's. I don't think it's like.
George's performative man's final boss. Like, I can watch
I don't think it's like the best thing ever, but I think
No,
it's.
they're just the way people are talking about it is reminding me of like the way people are talking about like, The
Severance.
Pit or Severance or Succession. And
No,
Severance
I mean-
and Succession are great shows, but people talk about these shows like they're the top 2 shows of all time.
I
And
think
I'm already
I
seeing
think
that same discourse with Pluribus.
I feel
I
like
think the
people
thing
do
is,
truly think that's
with-
like the top 2 shows.
with like Pluribus though, it is like, and again, it's obvious, but it is a Vince Gilligan show. Like, so it's kind of one of those things that's taken for granted is probably going to be good anyway. This guy's only doing what? Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, and The X-Files in terms of shows, and he's got that kind of prestige about him. So I'm really, really enjoying it. I'm watching with Anna, and she's loving it as well. And everyone I spoke to was like loving it. I know Tyler's really enjoyed it and really likes episode 3. So great stuff.
I'm not protesting the show. I'm just not
Mm,
watching TV.
Well, you gotta watch it, George. And if
The
you
only
don't-
TV I'm currently watching is my rewatch of Daredevil season 2. And
Have you stopped watching the It Show?
Yes, and Welcome to Derry. I'm also watching I Love LA.
Wait, you're watching Welcome to Derry?
Yes, I am. I'm all caught
How
up.
is it continued? I stopped after episode
I
1.
feel like watching those two shows and talking bad about Pluribus is a little crazy. Those two, nothing but
Well,
awful
I
things I've
mean,
seen online
yeah,
about them.
tell-
Come on, they're just straight.
Those clips of I Love LA just look.
Yeah,
abysmal.
I love LA.
Is it
I'm
good?
actually in a funny like TikTok.
Seth, finish your like what
I'm
have I
finished.
been,
I'm
and I'll go
finished.
into my.
No,
Okay,
I'm
you're done?
finished. I'm finished.
Okay.
Is Welcome to Derry like not done, or is it still
No.
week to week?
It's
Yeah,
week
it's
to
week
week.
to week. There's only
Why
3
would you
episodes
do
out.
that before Halloween
Dude,
or after
thank you.
Halloween? I mean,
I said the same even about fucking Frankenstein. Like I
how
don't get
stupid
why.
are you?
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's so like I'm, and I love horror,
When's
but
it
like
finish?
I'm spooked out. Like I'm
Yeah.
done
Is
with
there like
spooky
10
season.
episodes, I think, or something like that?
Yeah, I
When's
think
it
it's 8 or
finish,
10
though?
episodes. I don't know. This is episode
Like
4
December?
comes out today.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
crazy!
I'm
You
gonna
might
be
as well
spooked
call
as
it "Welcome to I don't know,
Christmas.
Christmas Land." The North Pole.
Christmas land. Okay, great.
Like change the whole thing to make them say.
Yeah, no. Well, Welcome to Derry, I think is good. I don't think it's like great, but I'm really enjoying the horror. Andy Muschietti, I don't know what the whole story was, but like there was some thing where Andy Muschietti couldn't get Pennywise, like the clown, for more than like 3 or 4 or 5 episodes, I think. So the first couple of episodes have been sick because it's Andy Muschietti saying Pennywise isn't like his default, like Pennywise is his default form, but it's not the only thing he can do. So like there have been some scary iterations of this entity, and it's especially in episode 3 last week. I'm not going to spoil it. You may have seen an image on Twitter, but there was a really scary thing that Pennywise like turned into, or the entity turned into. And even like I'm watching the show with Victoria, and it's so fucking funny watching Victoria watch this show. Because it is like this goofy coming of age horror show. And then every so often they're throwing in the scariest shit you've ever seen. And it's so fucking funny. I Love LA. I don't want to be like rude about this show because I am more than aware I am not the target audience. I do not love like that aggressive, exaggerated Gen Z humor. It does not work for me. It's not my favorite thing. And I think Rachel Sennett is the embodiment of the aggressive, exaggerated Gen Z humor. I think there are moments in this show where it's like totally fine. And I think there are moments in this show where I'm just so disconnected from that kind of humor and that kind of like way people talk and interact with each other. It's very childish and it's very elementary to me. And I think the fact that Rachel Sennett doesn't have a lot of experience in writing makes it come off like a little dumb and a little like shallow. Like there are, she's talking about like work, and this character is clearly like not depressed, but she's clearly like trying to find herself. And it's talking about like a lot of like heavy things in coming of age storytelling. I just think they're so surface level because they're so focused on the comedy and they're so focused on being relatable within their Gen Z dialogue and humor. And I think it's just everything else gets lost and muddled. And I will defend the show. I think the few clips that have circulated Twitter are doing the show a disservice because those are the absolute worst of it. And the whole show is not that bad.
I saw a funny one the other day that made me think like, oh, maybe I'll watch this. I won't.
Which one?
You know, it was something about like TikTok or something. I don't know. I see,
think
clearly not good enough for me to for me to memorize or by any means. But
yeah,
like
there are funny bits. There are like these characters are fun. This is just not a show for me. I'm watching it because Victoria watches it right after Welcome to Derry, so it's an easy like, oh, I'm still sitting on the couch. Let me just sit here and watch I Love LA with Victoria. And these episodes aren't that long, and obviously these aren't like challenging episodes of television. Like, it's so easy to watch and turn your brain off and just not really pay attention to what's going on. But it's whatever. I'm not the biggest Rachel Sennett fan. I think she's fun. I think she's funny. But she doesn't like always do it for me the way she seems to be doing it for a lot of other people.
I feel like this is a switch up.
What?
I feel like I feel like
no, George has not been. No, you.
No.
He's
I've
always
never loved her like
fancied.
I've always fancied her. I think she's an
Okay.
attractive woman.
Okay,
But I've never loved her as an actress. Yeah, big difference.
Okay, interesting. Maybe I was merging the two. I feel like you've always come to riot for Rachel Sennett. I like her, but like
not her acting or her writing.
That's fine.
What have I been doing this week? And then I'll get back.
Good
to
in bodies.
Yeah, good in bodies. But bottoms is a flop, though. I think.
I didn't mind.
I agree.
This week, I'm moving tomorrow. So we've been spending a lot of time packing.
Where are you moving to?
I'm moving 3 blocks that way.
Why would you do that?
Because, dude, we're just, I don't know, man. We're getting tired of this apartment. It's a nice apartment. Like so
I assume you're upgrading, like nicer apartment, like
it's like a medium. It's like a mid-grade. It's not an upgrade or a downgrade. So we're moving into an apartment with
now I'm even
more. No. Let me explain. There are reasons why we're moving. One, we're just getting tired of this apartment. It's outdated. It's not the nicest apartment, and we wanted to find something that's more like modern, something that's like been renovated within the last like 5 years, and we did. We also wanted an apartment with more closet space. I don't know when you guys came here. I'm sure you didn't like open my closets. We only have 2 closets, and they're both very small. So like in our room, we have like a makeshift hanger, and that's where all of my hanging stuff goes. So they're not even in a closet; they're just out and about. So those were the 2 big reasons. Third reason, this is the apartment I went through chemo in. So like I want to get the fuck out of this place. Like, I'm sick and tired of like that thought. And no, that's obviously that's not a thought. Like, that's me being like very over exaggerating on like my level of like sensitivity when it comes to that. But we've been here for 2 years. It was just ready for a change. So we found this apartment, nicer building, newer building, nicer amenities, newer amenities, nicer appliances, newer everything is nicer and newer. The apartment itself is more square footage. So I think we're moving from, this is 725. 225 would be crazy. This is 725 square feet. The apartment we're moving into, I believe, is 755 or 765. However, it's allocated differently. So our bedroom and our living room, slightly smaller, but we have 3 more closets plus a pantry in our kitchen. And I know for you homeowners, that sounds like we are moving into a shoebox.
I don't have a pantry right now. I don't have a pantry right now. You got my ass.
We are moving into a shoebox, but in New York City, it's awesome. So it was a great find, and I'm very excited. I also, the last time we moved, I had already been about a month into chemo, or maybe 3 weeks into chemo. So I didn't help with the move. I didn't pack up anything. I didn't help Victoria with the move. Like everyone said no. I was at my parents' house in Long Island because I couldn't risk injuring myself. I couldn't risk the fatigue and the nausea. I couldn't risk exposure to other people and movers and potentially getting sick. So I wasn't a part of any of that move. So I'm obviously helping Victoria loads this time. You know, I'm doing most of the work because I want her to take a break. I'm having the time of my life purging my shit.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I shit you not. You guys have been in my apartment. You know how small this place is. When I tell you we have thrown out 10 big black garbage bags worth of items. I'm looking at my apartment right now. This is what it looks like right now, right? Everything's packed up. Okay. I cannot believe how much shit we have accumulated in such a small apartment over the last 3 years. Because when Victoria moved last time, she didn't purge. So this is all shit from the 3.5 years we've been in New York City. I've had a blast, man. I've had a blast going through shit and being like, why do I own this? Garbage. Why do I own that? Garbage.
You didn't get rid of the Spider-Man mask, right?
No, absolutely not. It's in my box right here. You out of your minds? Come on, bro. I would have at least I would have sent that to you before throwing it out. But yeah, I've had a blast purging shit. It's been fun. Like it's been fun going through a lot of stuff and being like, well, you know what? Like this was on our registry for our wedding. Someone bought us this. Like, let's throw this old whatever appliance out and bring the new one into the new apartment. We're completely redoing like all of our furniture. So this is the last you'll see of this couch. We got a new couch. We're getting a new like TV console, kitchen table. We got a new bed frame. So like I'm just excited. I'm excited for just a complete change. We're also we're on the 4th floor right now. We're living on the 32nd floor in our new building, and we have like a nice view of downtown.
Imagine if the elevator goes out.
Yeah, I'll stay in my apartment. I won't go anywhere.
What floor are you on now?
Now we're on the 4th.
I can't imagine you move yourself in New York City, right?
No. We're packing everything up. So there's this company called Roadway Movers, right? Roadway Movers is a moving company. However, if you have a presence on social media, they will move you for free if you post a promotional video. So I am getting
Here's every best moving in cinema.
It's so funny. I'm packing my shit up, and I'm like, well, wait, I can't like none of my posters are wrapped. None of my movies are in boxes yet because I need to record them, wrapping them and moving them, and like my voiceover is gonna be like, look how great care they took of my posters and my movies.
Hell yeah.
$1,700 move. All I have to do is tip these guys. I'm like, absolutely, I'm doing that.
That's awesome.
Victoria, I was like, if we want to do this, like you're handling it. So she took my email and she emailed these people and she set it up, which has been great. So all I have to do day of the move is record these people wrapping up my shit, my posters, and unwrapping them. And there it is. I get a $1,500 move completely comped, which is really nice.
Is that how much you pay? Wow.
Yeah, it came out.
Moving and stuff 14 coming on my big TikTok.
Moving and stuff 14. So yeah,
this the elevator week, George, in the new place.
It's as fast, but being on the 32nd floor in a building that has significantly more units, it's just like there's gonna be a wait, you know, like there's just a lot more.
Mad, dude. I don't know how you do.
Mad at what?
I don't think I'd be able to.
I can't wait. I don't like.
No, it's not like I'm not saying I'm waiting 10 minutes. I'm waiting like a minute for the elevator.
That's a minute too long, in my opinion.
Fine.
I'm not like waiting. You know,
that's fair.
Yeah. So, yeah. Fair warning. This week, I'm posting a promotional movers TikTok and another testicular cancer foundation TikTok. It's gonna be nothing movie related.
Shout out. So, what was the name of that company?
Which one? Oh, Roadway Movers. Yeah. Shout out Roadway Movers. Here's I'm
about to move just to get this comp. Move for the
so yeah. So packing's been exciting. We got a lot done yesterday. Literally just spent hours in the apartment yesterday, just going through our kitchen and our bathroom. Victoria started on like her clothing yesterday. We're donating a lot to Goodwill. Thank you. Victoria just brought me coffee. That's fucking sick. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for a move. I'm excited to like move into this new building. I'm happy we're staying in the same area. We were looking on the Upper West Side for a little bit. It's just so much more expensive. It's like I would have loved to have been in Lincoln Center or near Lincoln Center, but it's just unbelievable how much like more expensive it is, especially like if I were to move to I mean, this means nothing to you because I don't know if you guys know like the layout, but like if I were to move to the Upper West Side, I would want to be in Lincoln Center or at least around the 60s where Lincoln Center is. But like if you want to live in Lincoln Center, you're going to pay triple what you would have paid on the Upper East Side unless you move up to like the 80s or 90s. And for me, that's like I'm not moving to the Upper West Side to be 30, 40 blocks away from Lincoln Center. Like at that point, I'm just going to stay on the East Side, which is what we decided. So we found a good spot. I'm very excited. Come and visit. We'll have a housewarming party and you'll all fly in.
Fly us out. Use that $1,700 to fly us out.
Yeah.
Although for me,
tell him you'll do another moving my friends. Moving my
friends. Wow.
Yeah. They can come pack me up.
Flying my friends to New York. So yeah, that's been fun. Moving's been fun, which is like a weird way to describe moving, but I'm just excited to be in a new place. Other than that, this week, not much. I mean, Tuesday was Veterans Day, so I had to work a little bit in the morning for a couple hours. Victoria didn't get the day off, so she was in the office. So I worked for a couple hours in the morning on Tuesday. What?
You get
bankers get all kinds of days off.
Yeah,
but
we
the
get
rest of us normies don't get off, Cam.
Yeah, sorry. So I worked until like maybe like 10:30, 11, and then I spent the rest of the day packing up a lot of stuff while I was home alone. I saw Hamnet. We're not going to talk about it now. Only thing I'm going to say,
he's going to spoil it.
I'm not going to shut the fuck up. I'm not going to spoil it. Dog, I haven't spoiled anything in a while. Everyone telling me I spoiled Predator Badlands in the comments is lying. I did not spoil that movie. Okay. I'm not going to spoil it. Only thing I'm going to say about Hamnet is, Seth, I cannot believe that is not a 5-star film from you. And we're not going to talk about it. We're not going to talk about it now. But
it comes out this week, right? Next week.
Yeah,
comes out? So I think we'll talk about it next episode.
Yeah, I knew going into that movie that you had given it a 3 stars, and you were the lowest of my mutuals. Every other mutual had given it 5, 4.5. So I'm like, you know what? I'm very interested. As I'm watching this movie, like the thought that kept crossing my mind was, I cannot believe Seth didn't absolutely love this.
Is
like,
that because it's like period and staged really well?
I just think everything about the way this film is constructed, everything about the acting performances, everything about the way like the story of the writing of Hamlet ties into William Shakespeare and his wife's personal life, everything about the performances. I cannot believe. And that's why I'm excited. One, I'm rewatching it this week on Tuesday. I don't know if you're going to rewatch before we talk about it.
It's out in like January for me.
That sucks. So you're not going.
So we won't talk it next week. We'll talk it the week after. It comes out on the 26th. So it won't be next episode.
Either way, like I'm very excited to talk to you about this movie more in depth because I actually cannot believe you did not love this movie. Like as I'm watching this, I'm like, this movie was made for Seth. Like Chloe Zhao watched a million Seth's film reviews TikToks and said, I'm going to make a movie specifically geared so that this man loves this movie.
Well, listen, she didn't.
I didn't throw a rating on it yet. Just a hard. I'm rewatching it on Tuesday and then I'll drop a rating.
Classic.
What?
That's worse than me not.
Classic Carmi. Classic Carmi.
He's gonna spoil it. He's gonna spoil it in his comments and he's gonna put it at no stars with a heart. He's gonna be like,
spoiler alert.
Hamlet's son dies.
Don't give me that reputation, dude. Did you guys see Victoria watch the Jonas Brothers Christmas and didn't rate it? And I go, oh my god, is that a 0 stars? Because the only other time she hasn't rated It was Frankenhooker.
Frank.
It
Oh,
was a 0
yeah,
star
yeah,
for
it
her.
was. Yeah, yeah.
She
It was.
didn't rate the Joe Bros Christmas movie, so I was like, "Damn, is that a 0 stars?" And she's like, "No, I just like it's just not a movie I care to rate. Like I don't know how to rate it." And I'm like, falling into the trap.
Is it not
They've
just a
made
generic
it-
movie though? Isn't it like a
They've
still
made
a
a
movie?
Christmas movie. I don't
No,
know.
it's a real movie. It's like about the
on
Jonas
Netflix.
Brothers like having trouble getting home for Christmas or something.
Yeah, it sounds
I
electric.
didn't
I was looking
watch
at. I saw
It's
it
like-
on the interwebs yesterday.
It's like
Yeah, I
fucking
didn't watch
Home
it.
Alone, like, but it's just the mom.
Yeah, literally. What else? What else have I been doing? I haven't been doing much. Saw the Running
Tennis?
Man, which we'll talk about. Tennis. Yeah, tennis has been
Saw
awesome.
some not random. I apologize to her, but I saw like a girl post a TikTok, and I'm just watching, and she's like, "You'll never guess who I'm playing tennis with," and I'm like,
Yeah,
"Holy
yeah.
shit,
So
it's gonna be a massive. It's gonna be fucking Federer, and it's George Carmi." I was like, "Jump!"
Wait, I didn't
Jesus
see
Christ!
this.
Why would you put?
Yeah.
Why would you tease me like this? I
um,
apologize. I forget her name, but yeah, I was scrolling.
I'm
my
assuming
For You
George
page,
reposted.
like,
I'm gonna
You'll
look.
never
Yeah,
guess who I found playing
I
tennis.
saw that too. I saw that.
It's
video.
like,
Yeah,
oh,
it
this was a lackluster reveal.
movies and stuff. 14. Sorry. Hey, come on, bro. No, that's a mutual. A girl I met through my tennis TikTok, who's in New York City, and she plays all the time. She's a 9-to-5er like me. She doesn't do this full time, but she plays tennis significantly more than me. So we got out to play. Her name's Jackie. She used to play D1 at UConn, so she absolutely kicked my ass. We were just grinding for like 45 minutes, 50 minutes, and then we played like a little baseline game to 11. I think she won like 11-3 or 11-4, but first time I had played literally I think since like May or April. So it's been a while. We're hopefully hitting again on Wednesday, so it's nice that I have found someone in the city that like wants to play tennis and doesn't like tennis in New York City is the craziest shit ever. You're either paying for a park pass, which is like $500 a season, and a season's like 3 or 4 months. Or you are going to the outdoor courts, which are first come, first serve. And you're waiting for 2.5, 3 hours to play tennis, unless you go extremely early and you get on like a half hour. Or you're playing indoors at like Randall's Island or Roosevelt Island, or there's a tennis facility right here on 60th, and you're paying $150 for an hour.
For an hour.
Yeah, it's tennis in New York City is incredibly annoying. It's like the worst like put together recreational activity out there, and it sucks. But we played at Randall's Island. Nice courts. It was good to get back out on the tennis court. It had been a while. Posted a video of us playing on Tennis and Stuff 14. So if you want to see what my level of tennis is, go there. It is. I know. It's low. It's a low level right now. Jackie plays at a very high level. So it's nice to play with someone who can like. When you're playing with two people that are shanking backhands, it sucks. But when you're playing with one person like me, who's not great, but another person who's a wall, it's really nice because it's like she can like maintain a rally no matter where my level like drops or elevates to. So yeah, that was nice to play.
We got to find some courts in Texas this summer. This winter.
If they're even, fuck pickleball, but it's a lot easier for me to bring pickleball stuff. I could bring the pickleball paddles. We can find a court.
I got pickleball stuff.
You
I also
actually
have tennis
you
stuff.
don't want to catch me on a pickleball court, George. You will be.
I do.
You'll be asking for mercy halfway through.
Not true. I've only lost one pickleball match.
You've only played 2.
No, I've played.
This should be a real quick, like just Cam versus George, and Seth and I commentate. This would be electric, real quick material.
We need this to happen now.
Just us grinding on the pickleball.
We can use
court.
my camera when it like senses like motion, and we'll just zoom in on our crotch the entire time.
What else? That was my week. I'm not going to say it was a slower week because just I'm spending so much time packing. What about been watching, man?
Sinner Alcaraz, who's winner today?
My heart tells me Yannick, just because I think he's the superior indoor hard court player, but Carlos is his kryptonite. So I could see Yannick winning 3-3, but I could also see Carlos winning 6'7", 7'6", 7'5". You know, like I could genuinely see either one of them winning.
I hate the internet, dude.
Bro, it's so annoying.
Tyler,
Like,
do it.
I hear it.
No.
just
Seth
like,
laughed and then I laughed, and yeah.
I don't even think about it,
I
man.
you're too unk, George. You need to get down with it.
I'm too
Yeah,
old.
I saw a
Too
clip that was
old.
electric. It was a women's college basketball game. Came
Yeah,
out,
Oh,
clip,
Yeah, dude.
where a
going
bunch of
crazy in
elementary
college
schools in the area were there for like a field trip that day. So it was just nothing but kids in the crowd.
It's going
And it was like
crazy.
they
in
had
college
66
basketball.
points. They were shooting a free throw to make it 67. And when she made it, the crowd
Let me see.
that was a louder crowd pop than like winning the Super Bowl. It was just
Yeah,
these kids
dude,
going crazy.
I'm telling you.
6'7".
College basketball,
like-
the 6'7" meme is taking over
No,
right now.
it's,
It's in football as well.
I was
You've got, like,
at Emma's
presenters going on.
dad's house yesterday. We were doing like he has a big yard, so a lot of like leaves and stuff. And Bailey goes plays in the leaves, but her stepmom's granddaughter was there. She's like 5, and randomly she just starts yelling, "Someone do this 6'7" meme." I'm like, yeah, my girl. She's like a 5 or 6 year old.
I've just seen that video.
Of all the
yelling.
internet trends that the youths have been doing for the past 20 years, this has to be like amongst the least harmless. So,
Oh yeah, this,
shout out
far and
It
away,
also just means nothing. I don't understand any of it, man. I'm too old. for this
I
shit.
don't know I don't know the origin. I don't know.
I have
why
no
those
idea.
two
The origin
numbers.
is just a kid like did.
And I'm upset that we just spent 2.5 minutes talking about it.
it's episode 167, bro. We got
come on. This is horrifying.
God. We're
I
back,
hate-
baby.
I hate every part of this. Anyways, what have I been watching?
6 or 7.
I have been continuing, with my short film fiasco.
Bro, it's stat padding recently.
Yeah, snap padding like crazy. I mean, you missed it. I explained why last week, Seth. Okay,
Why?
Because when I'm at work, usually when I eat lunch, I bring lunch back to my desk and I just keep working. I don't stop. I eat and I work. I'm trying to get away from my desk, relieve a little bit of stress for like a half hour. So instead of like doom scrolling TikTok, I'm just throwing on a short film, So it's like a half hour where I'm
that
not at
makes
my
sense.
desk working. I'm eating lunch and I'm watching a short film. So I watched this short film called Jero Isuto, which is this old experimental film about this woman on a subway who's possessed or thinks she's possessed.
You watched one recently that I really like, and it's fucking crazy.
Which one? Beat the Devil. I watched Beat the Devil, which is a Tony. If you want to see Tony Scott at his most Tony Scott, watch Beat the Devil, this short film with Gary Oldman and Clive Owen. Dude, the editing is actually insane. Like, if you think like Man on Fire is edited like crazy, this short film is edited like a fucking madman on cocaine took care of business. Absolutely ridiculous.
The one you watched that's crazy is
which one? Talk to me.
It's called Outer Space. The Russian or Ukrainian.
Yeah,
Russian one.
Dude.
Insane. I mean, the noise of that shit, man.
Yeah. That actually, like, there needed to be like a warning before that short film started about
insane.
like the flashing lights and the loud noises. Like, it was an 11-minute panic attack, dude.
It literally is, yeah. For sure.
It was
It's
crazy. And then I watched this other one called A Gentle Night. This one was sad as fuck. It was about this woman whose daughter goes missing, and she spends the night searching for her daughter because, like, it was a situation where it was like the police were like, "It's in our hands. Go home and go to sleep." And obviously, as a parent, you can't just go home and go to sleep when your kid is missing. So she is rolling. She's like walking around this gentle night, trying to like piece together clues and find her daughter.
How are you
Really
finding
sad.
these? Are you on like
I
lists and stuff?
I'm just searching short films, and then I'm looking at like lists with like 2,000 of them, and then I'm just kind of like filtering it by like genre I'm in the mood for. I rewatched One Battle After Another finally on digital. Third time I've seen it. Easily my number one of the year. I think for a while there was like a there was like a slight back and forth between One Battle and Sinners. But I think right now it's just easily one battle after another. And then I was in like an Edgar Wright movie, so watched Baby Driver last night.
Still haven't seen it.
Yeah, we'll talk about Running Man, but
Running.
Edgar Wright, man, lost his sauce a little bit. Lost his sauce because I was watching Baby Driver and I was like, this shit's sick. It's a sick as fuck movie. But yeah, that was my week. Sorry for the yap sesh.
No, good yap sesh as always. My week hasn't been too much. Just normal work week. Can't think of really anything exceptional about it. Riley's been in Dallas past couple days. Had one of her final dress fittings for the wedding. So I've just been chilling this weekend. Watched Cam. I don't know how much college football you watched yesterday. Kind of an all-timer day of just mayhem, craziness. So it's been a fun season.
Pisses me off.
I mean, I'd say South Carolina is more the one who pisses me off.
Yeah, I mean, not even pisses me off. Just stupid that like college football just pisses me off that it.
Yeah, it was like one of the most
come back like that.
It was one of the most like insane comebacks. They were down 30-3 at halftime, and it's like, oh, the number 3 undefeated team in the country, they're going to get upset. And like coming back from down 27 is not impossible. It's really hard to do. And the fact that they did it in like just the third quarter alone, like, and once it started happening, it wasn't even a fun comeback.
Yeah.
You're like, this is just like,
this is gonna happen.
They're playing a video game. It looked like the other team just gave up, didn't care. So I was like, this isn't even like an exciting comeback. It's just like anything they wanted to do. It's like, oh, okay. And like after the first touchdown, it was like Alex Coleman in our group chat was talking about. He's like, after like one, they were still down like 20. He's like, this is the most obvious comeback I've ever seen in my life. And he's like 31-30 final score, because it was just like the first team. South Carolina was up 30-3 at half. They were going crazy, and then they came out the second half. They're like, "Oh, we won the game. There's no need to even like try."
Yeah, just college football has lost its luster for me a little bit with
Purdue being bad.
Purdue being truly like one of the worst teams in college football, and IU being that good has really.
They hang the banner. Wisconsin. They were tied with 40 seconds left in the first half. Yeah.
Oh, tied with 40 seconds. Yeah, because you texted that, and I wasn't watching at the time, and then I finally got a break. Like I said, I was building the place that like I got a break, right? And so I go to the ESPN app, and I'm looking through. I'm like, ooh, maybe Wisconsin's like putting it on them. Fucking down 24-7 in the third.
Hey, there was a moment in that game where they were close, and the only touchdown was a fluky touchdown where they did like a 4th and 2 trick play that ended up being like a 60-yard passing touchdown. So yeah, that's the only hope. But yeah, college football has been fun. NFL today, it should be fun. It's crunch time for fantasy football playoffs. So
yeah, I can't believe I didn't look at I forgot we were playing each other. I didn't look at fantasy football.
Are you starting a tight end this week?
Yeah. I haven't yet. I guess I meant to do that. So thank you for the reminder. But I went back and I was like, oh, Trayvon Henderson just put it on me this week. You just started the entire Patriots team.
Yeah, which is a crazy thing to say. If you said that a calendar year ago, you'd be like, okay, so you lost this week in fantasy pretty easily. But Patriots kind of a wagon this year.
All right, Kate Otten today carry me to victory. I like Kate Otten. I did go to the Bucks game last week.
Yeah, and you were like bold with Emeka Egbuka, right?
Yeah, I didn't like him, and I weren't like palling it out by any means. But my wife's cousin's husband works for the Bucks, so I got to go to the Bucks game, and they had like Mike Evans has a charity bowling event every year, I guess. And he was telling me, he was like, Baker might be there, these people might be there. Baker was not there. He wasn't spending his Friday night doing this. But I think they had to hit the rookies with you better be there, because Emeka Egbuka was there, Tez Johnson was there, Mike was there, I think Vita Vea was there. So some cool guys, and like because it's like a family and co-workers, like the workers get like 2 lanes, and they're right next to Mike Evans. So I was like, I gave him a little fist bump.
Hey, nice.
Yeah, he was like right there. He was obviously like taking pictures for most of the time, but Emeka was bowling, and I can't fucking remember who, but I think like a backups cornerback was there, and he was like all pro bowling. Like this guy should have gone pro in bowling rather than football, because he was money. But yeah, it was kind of fun, kind of cool.
Yeah.
Oh, time out. Sorry. Real quick. This is a story because I don't think I've ever been swerved like this in my life. Like I genuinely am in utter shock about this one. There were like hats on the table, upside down Tampa caps, like, the new hat style with the upside down letters said Tampa. It was like a nice orange hat, had like the Mike Evans logo on the side. Sick hats, like the lace strap on it that they're doing now. Very cool hats. And I'm talking to my wife's cousin's husband. I'm talking to him all night. I'm like, those are sick hats. We got to get some of these. Like, yeah, man, those are awesome. So like, we're like trying to find some time to like reach over and grab one. I'm like, I got to grab one of these. He makes a move, grabs 2 of them. I'm like, hell yes, got a hat. I put my hand out for this hat, like thinking he's handing it to me. He hands it to a coworker and then keeps one for himself. And I've genuinely never in my life like felt this kind of like, what just happened? Like I was looking around for a moment. I texted my friends like about this. And earlier in the day, like while we were bowling, I texted them a picture of that hat. I'm like, this thing's sick. Like, look at this. I'll send it to y'all. But I like genuinely am like looking around, like what just happened? Like I've never felt this in my life of like just blatant, you're not getting this hat. Like I'm keeping it. And I was in utter shock. The next day he wore it around like a symbol of pride. He was like, when we were hanging out at their house, he was wearing it around like a victory lap.
The meme, the gif of John Travolta in Pulp Fiction.
Yes, that's what I was hitting. Like dog, it was insane. I've never felt this kind of feeling in my life. I swear to God. It was nuts. It was nuts.
Cameron, you're so fucking funny.
Oh man, it was heartbreaking. Truly, it was heartbreaking. Is what it was.
Baker, if you're listening to the podcast, send Cam a signed Bucks hat.
Yeah, it's insane. I'm gonna find this hat for y'all. Oh fuck me, dude. Colts are on a bye. I'm an idiot.
Sure.
Love y'all. You're continuing.
Yeah, I didn't watch anything new this week other than Now You See Me, which I'll talk about in a second. But I watched Friendship. Finally watched Friendship. I've been,
hell yeah.
My friends are huge Tim Robinson fans, and he's just like this Horcrux I haven't captured or cracked. Like I just don't. I've seen him in a couple of memes, and I just have seen nothing else since. But I know my friends have seen like all kinds of stuff. So like I'm just like I have no clue what this guy's about. I know a lot of people really dug Friendship. I started on a plane like months ago, fell asleep immediately, which had nothing to do with the movie. It was just more just tired and late night flight. But I watched it and I really dug it. So I thought from the trailers, and maybe later in the trailer it gets more into it. So just from like what I thought the movie was, I thought it was like Tim Robinson looking for a friend in the neighborhood, meets Paul Rudd, his neighbor, and it's just like a comedy between these two, just doing fun little antics and just having a fun, silly little bro time, which is what the movie is for the first 20 minutes. And then it takes like a deep departure from that. And I loved it. I thought this was hilarious. This is the most I've laughed at a new release in a long time. Very much a type of humor I loved. So, like multiple scenes just had me rolling. Multiple recurring gags were hilarious. Tim Robinson's very much for me. Similar to earlier this year, me like kind of first being introduced to Nathan Fielder. Both of them I'm huge fans of. So yeah, I'm going to jump into I Think You Should Leave, Detroiters, and then Chair Company. So getting all steeped in Tim Robinson. But yeah, man, this movie
I Think You Should Leave
so
fucking funny, man. Oh my God, it's so funny.
Yeah, I did not expect to like it as much as I did Friendship. But yeah.
Which episodes of I Think You Should Leave have you watched? Have you watched yet?
No, have not.
Damn.
I'm still debating because like people are like, oh, if you love this, you should watch I Think You Should Leave. And then but the Detroiters came out before it, but then the Chair Company's airing right now. So it's like
you don't
want to be a part of the.
Yeah, you like watch the Chair Company because I think I'm going to start it soon. Okay. But also, like, I Think You Should Leave is not a show you need to like you don't have to watch it through. Like, you don't have to binge it. You could just throw on an episode whenever. Like, like it's not like something you need to binge. It's just they're just skits. Like none of the episodes are connected.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think. So Cam, you didn't like Friendship. You gave it a 3-star.
Yeah,
you're not a big Tim Robinson fan.
Yeah, I think he's got some funny bits, and I think in friendship, again, him running through the fucking door was so funny. Like that had me hollering. But like, yeah, I don't love him. I think he's got funny bits, but I just think in like a movie setting where it's a bit after bit, it doesn't hit for me.
Have you seen other stuff from? Because I've only seen this.
I've never
from what
seen
I've heard.
I think you should leave or Detroiters or I've seen him. He's one of the better like SNL cast members ever. That's when I watched SNL, like when he was still on it. He's fucking hilarious in that. And then I just see clips on Twitter.
Yeah, everyone told me this was like a wild spot to start for him because this movie's way different than like his normal typical sketch stuff. So interested to kind of go through the other stuff. But dude, the recurring bits with Marvel just had me dying. Just I love that. He's in the garage with the buddies.
I think one of the funniest like things on Twitter is when it's like, you got to check out this new Kelly Reichardt. I heard it's crazy.
I heard it's nuts.
I heard it's nuts. Yeah, those are funny bits.
And then someone just like references Hulk. He's like, "Oh, guys, we're in a non-Avengers spoilers household right now." So great movie. Had a great time. And then watched Now You See Me, Now You Don't. I'm the only one who did. So I'm just gonna throw the spoilers tag on to avoid any potential. Because it's one of those movies that I don't know. It's like anything can be a spoiler. So if you don't want to hear Now You See Me, Now You Don't spoilers, skip ahead. And timestamps are there. Spoiler tags on. But yeah, this is the first return to the Now You See Me world in about a decade. This is the third movie. The title is very much the title of a movie that should be the second movie in a franchise, in my opinion.
True.
But we got a new cast this time. So kind of the movie opens up with we got 3 people who I really enjoyed: Justice Smith, Dominic Sessa, and Ariana Greenblatt. The 3 of them are kind of the new horsemen after the 4 horsemen disbanded and kind of going on to do their own thing after Mark Ruffalo's character got kind of captured and he's in prison. So they all kind of disbanded. They're doing their own thing. And now it's these new 3 that are kind of like taking over, doing these magic heists. And these movies are like the same to me every time. I don't think they're good movies. I think a large portion of them are boring and bland, and I don't care for them. But like the magic moments are so fun, and I'll still have so much fun with them. This is a franchise that I'll watch every single installment of, no matter how many movies they make of it. But it's like they're never good. Like I think my highest rated one is like a 2.5, maybe 2-star might even be the peak. But I had a fun time with this movie. I think a lot of it in the middle gets really lost, and I just don't care much for it. But you basically have these 3 new magicians, Smith, Sessa, and Greenblatt, that are pulling from crypto scammers and distributing the wealth amongst people, doing the same stuff Now You See Me has always done with the Horsemen, kind of just taking away from greedy criminals and giving the money back to people. Exactly, Robin Hood.
Wait, Seth, you watched this?
No. I just said
what all the movies are. Just
I have a question for you, Tyler, just before you continue.
Yeah.
You know these films, are they? I've never seen it. It sounds like they're like quite self-serious, or are they self-aware that they're silly?
I wouldn't say they're super serious, but they're also, it's a weird fine line they ride. So
Seth, I think you would genuinely enjoy the first Now You See Me.
Really? I've always looked at him and been like, that looks shit.
And by genuinely, by genuinely enjoy, I think it's like a 3-star movie for you. Like
they're fun. They're not good.
Yeah, they're fun. They're not great. They're stupid, but like, I like the first one. I don't care if it's the first one's fun.
And they're like they're great movies. People love magic because they do all these. They train to do these all practically. So these are all like real tricks, and they show kind of reveal in the movie how they actually pull them off. So none of this is like AI, CGI. I mean, some of the stuff's obviously embellished with that kind of thing, but you can see the behind the scenes of all these movies, and these guys are like in the lab for hours working with real magicians, working with real special effects people to learn how to actually do these sleight of hands, to do these illusions. So it's really cool. It's like, because I feel like these movies could be all-time awful if you just had a director that was just like, oh, magic can just all be CGI. So then like every trick is like so beyond reality that like your brain's just like couldn't even perceive that that's like a thing. You're like, oh, that's just,
that makes sense.
This is fake nonsense. But you know, obviously stuff's embellished, but they work to make this look, it's practical enough to where when you watch it, you're like, feasibly, yeah, people could pull this off with their master magicians. And I think we've all seen real life magicians at one point or another where we're like, yeah, I have no fucking idea how they did that.
Did you ever watch David Blaine when you were younger?
Oh yeah,
David Blaine,
the classic,
and Dynamo and stuff. Wow, what a time, man!
Classic, man. But this movie basically, Rosamund Pike is playing this kind of just billionaire, greedy. She like owns an F1 team. She has like these ancient relics of art, including this diamond. Her father was like a Nazi. There's a murky past with her mother and family that basically, and the spoiler tags are on. You ultimately kind of find out that she killed her mother, like made her mother and brother drown in a car accident. She kind of staged to kind of take power in the family's wealth and hierarchy and kind of like have it for herself. But the big kind of reveal is that Justice Smith is actually her half brother who survived the car wreck, and he kind of spent the whole life since like figuring out a way to get back at her, and that's kind of how he like learned all that. Because basically, in the New Horsemen, Sessa and Greenblatt are like the magicians, and he's like the techie behind the scenes, like doing all the illusion stuff, like the background guy to make sure it all works on stage. Whereas Dominic Sessa and Ariana Greenblatt are the actual like people on the stage doing all the fun stuff. He's kind of like the technical guy. So he's kind of been just working in the lab for the past however long, trying to figure out how to pull out the ultimate heist to get back at his sister. But yeah, there's tricks and illusions in this movie that are a lot of fun. I mean, you get all the old horsemen back. It ends in a way that very much says there's going to be a lot more of these movies, because basically you find out Mark Ruffalo's character's in like a Russian prison for life because they were trying to pull off some heist to get a bunch of Russian war criminals captured, but it failed and they captured Mark Ruffalo and threw him in prison. You kind of find out at the end of the movie, this hologram comes up where Mark Ruffalo's like, I actually am not in prison. I just made you all think that. We got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of wrongs to right. Let's get back to work type of thing. So very much an ending that's saying like, we're making more of these movies, which again, I'll say time and time again, I'll watch these every time they come out. Same thing for Final Destination. Same thing for Saw. What other franchise? Like John Wick. Like no matter how many of these movies, any of these franchises, those specific franchises make, Knives Out.
John Wick's different though, because John Wick's like good. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, but so is like Knives Out to me too. But these are all different quality of movies for sure. But it's like, yeah, like Final Destination, Saw, Now You See Me. I'll watch them every single time, even though they're more misses than hits. But they're just fun. Like I watched it. It's an hour and a half long. There was never a moment where I wasn't really having fun. But I will say, like the middle 45 minutes when like a lot of this lore tries to build, didn't love. And they kill off Morgan Freeman's character. It was a very anticlimactic, unemotional death. So it was fine. But again, this movie, if you're a fan of the Now You See Me movies, certainly is a movie that's going to keep you a fan of the franchise. And I'm excited to see more. I always love seeing, Dominic Sessa and Justice Smith. I hope nothing but the best for them. I want them to keep
Smith. What a
keep. Yeah, they're great. They're fantastic. But yeah, again, they clearly set up for sequels here. But I'll see them. Someone's like got like a fan or something in the background.
I don't know what that is. Is that George?
There's like some blowing around in George's background. I don't know. But it wasn't there when you left.
Is something on your mic, George, or something?
I don't got shit blowing.
Interesting.
Is it? Hold on. Let me mute myself.
Yeah, it's definitely you. But I don't know. Just try unplugging your mic and plugging it back in. I mean, you can't hear me too. Just try unplugging your mic and plugging it back in. See if that helps it. Because it sounds like it's like noise from a mic. I don't know if there's anything in the background. I think I unplugged it, but it's still going.
I definitely unplugged it. Dude, I'm not hearing anything.
It must be a mic thing.
Yeah, I don't know. It was not an issue right when you left. And then
if you just mute yourself when you're not speaking, when you're talking, it's fine. You can't even tell.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's it for Now You See Me, Now You Don't. It's good. I haven't rated it yet. It's probably gonna be a 2 or 2.5. Again, I had fun with it. It's just not. These aren't movies that I think are anything special, and I don't think most people do. But I think a lot of people have fun with them. But yeah, with that, we'll move on to The Running Man, which George and Seth saw. So I was planning on seeing it, and I still plan on seeing it, even though the reviews haven't been the greatest. But Riley really wants to see this. She loves the trailers, but like I said, she's in Dallas this weekend, so I'm waiting to see the movie with her. So George and Seth, I'll read the synopsis quick. So The Running Man, directed by Edgar Wright, hunt him down, desperate to save his sick daughter. Working-class Ben Richards is convinced by The Running Man's charming but ruthless producer to enter the deadly competition game as a last resort. But Ben's defiance, instincts, and grit turn him into an unexpected fan favorite and a threat to the entire system. As ratings skyrocket, so does the danger, and Ben must outwit not just the hunters, but a nation addicted to watching him fall.
Long fucking
Glenn
synopsis.
Powell.
Jesus.
Go
Take
into
it
the
away.
review. Let's hear it.
Wait, I have a very topical mug. It's an Edgar Wright mug. It says Hot Fuzz.
Wow.
It's one of
Wait,
the-
what is on it? I can't see.
It's the corner.
It's a trilogy.
Since I'm
Okay.
seeing it this week, I'm not going to listen to your review. So George, make sure you throw on the spoilers banner when you get to the spoilers
All right.
section.
Yes, sir. All right. You want to start? You want me to start since I was a little higher?
Either or.
All right, I'll start. We'll start off a little more positive. The unfortunate. Okay. Tell me.
Wait, we should clarify. Have you seen the original?
Yes, I have.
Okay, I watched it recently as well. Okay. So
Yes, I as well watched it maybe like a month and a half ago.
I'm assuming you haven't read it.
I have not read it. No, I
Okay.
don't read unless it's an email at work or
You read the Odyssey.
I am.
You're
Yeah,
still
I
getting
am.
for it, mate. Yes, it's fine.
However much I read of the Odyssey on the podcast that one time is where I'm at in the book. I've read the Odyssey before, but I have not reread it since.
Okay.
I want to start by saying something. I want to know if you agree with this sentiment about this movie.
Mhm.
This is a movie where if people walk out of it and want to give it a 4 stars and say it's incredibly fun and they had a blast at the theaters, I can understand that. But if people also walk out of this theater and want to give it a 1 or a 1.5 stars and say that it is a sloppy, shallow, poorly written film, I will also understand that. And I feel I'm on both sides, which is why I landed at a 3-star, because I walked out of this theater and I was like, I had fun. I had a good time. But I also think this movie loses me at a very particular point. I think it's incredibly shallow. I think there are some moments that are supposed to be more hard-hitting than they are, but they just come off a little goofy.
Some of the conversations might not like.
Yeah, there's just a lot of like very interesting decisions made. And like I said earlier, I watched Baby Driver last night. And I'm not ready to say Edgar Wright has like lost his sauce, because I like Last Night in Soho. I'm a fan of that movie. So really, The Running Man is like his first film that I've seen where I'm not like absolutely in love with it.
Yeah.
So I'm not ready to say he's lost his sauce, because I also do think for the first like hour and a half of this movie, it's about 2 hours and 10 minutes. So the first hour and a half of this movie, I was like, you know what? I'm really liking this. I'm really liking the dystopian aesthetic. I'm really liking like the way that these hunters are hunting Glenn Powell. I'm liking the choices they're making in terms of like how he has to escape the hunters, how they're, how these kills are happening. I'm loving the way that Edgar Wright is portraying this as a TV show and the way he's like broadcasting The Running Man to the world that this movie lives in. And there were a lot of like fun decisions that really made me think like, yes, this is a story that only Edgar Wright should be translating to the big screen. Like let's say, for example, like, I don't know. Let's say like Greta Gerwig or M. Night Shyamalan. Let's say they announced that they were making a Running Man. I would not be as excited, because like that just doesn't fit their vibe. Like this story, the quirkiness of it, the goofiness of it, I think it fits the vibe of an Edgar Wright movie, and I think it shows in moments. And I do think it's fun. I do think it's entertaining in moments. But there is a very I don't even think that this is not maybe I'm not going to potentially spoil anything.
Okay.
There's a moment that something happens and I'm like, you know what? Now I'm out. Like now I'm completely out of this movie. And it sucks because I was having a good time with this movie. And even as I was watching it, I was like, you know what? Like it's not a great movie, but I know a lot of people are hating this movie and I don't understand it. And then like the back 45 minutes happened and I was like, you know what? I kind of understand all the hate. I think every character is really thinly and poorly written. I don't care for these characters, and I'm going to continue making the Baby Driver comparison because I just watched it last night. Care for every character in that movie. Every character's decisions, every character's motivations, every character's relationships. I'm into it. I'm intrigued. Didn't feel the same way about the Running Man. I didn't care for anyone. I think the other two contestants were really poorly written. I think Glenn Powell's wife was really poorly written. I even think Josh Brolin and Coleman Domingo, who are putting on great performances, and I would have loved to see Coleman a little bit more. I don't care. Like, Coleman Domingo's character is literally just a host of a TV show. Like, there's nothing more to his character, you know?
Yeah.
Josh Brolin just plays like the very stereotypical rich, big, bad boss. And there's nothing new to that, you know, villain-ish like person.
Like a video game boss.
Yeah, it's exactly. So it's just like, I understand the criticisms. I understand the praise. I agree with both of them. And I think Sydney had a really cool letterbox review where she basically said, I understand everyone's negatives about this movie, and unfortunately I think they're all true. The script is whack. I think the editing is a little bit whack. Everything about this movie is kind of whack, but I still had a good fun time with it, and that's pretty much where I land too, which is why I ended up with 3 stars. It's unfortunately not a movie like, typically when movies try to throw like political commentary at you or social commentary at you, if it doesn't stick the landing, I will really poop on that movie. You know, like, if you're trying to be intelligent and intellectual within your screenplay and it doesn't work, and it's in the context of socio-political narratives and it doesn't work, I will poop on you endlessly. I don't like The Running Man. To me, is not a movie that, like, I don't know how to word this properly. It doesn't bother me as much because I never took this film seriously to begin with. You know, like, I don't think this movie ever tried to be incredibly intelligent or tried to be incredibly nuanced or profound. Like, it's a quirky, silly, stupid movie. So that stuff didn't necessarily bother me. There are just some really like eye-rolling moments where I'm like, that monologue didn't need to happen, or that whatever didn't need to happen. But yeah, those are my thoughts. I ended up with a 3-star. Certainly disappointing. I mean, I know 3 star is still positive, but like, I was very excited to go into The Running Man, and I just came out negative. One last thing, sorry. Glenn Powell, I think, is great. I think this is the first role I've seen him in where, like, I wasn't like blown away, you know, like I wasn't like, oh, like only Glenn Powell could have played this role. Like, I think
I don't know if he was right for it, to be honest.
I don't think he was wrong for it. I think he's great. I think he's great in everything. He clearly loves the action. There was a Q&A after the movie with Edgar Wright, and he was basically saying, like, Glenn is awesome because Glenn is willing to do anything. Glenn is willing to do as many stunts as he wants, and as much as he can. And I think that's awesome. I think this is a role that someone like Glenn Powell can really commit to in terms of the physicality of it.
For sure. Yeah, I think he's a good physical actor. Really.
Yeah, I just wasn't like sold 100%. But again, I don't think that's necessarily Glenn Powell's fault. I just think that's the fact that most things in this movie are just very poorly written.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very much the same. I think that, like, I'll be honest. When the first 20 minutes, I was like, I kind of hate this because I think
it does not start strong.
No,
there's very sorry to interrupt. There's very clearly 3 acts in this movie: before The Running Man, during The Running Man, and then when The Running Man kind of leaves, like, it being a TV show to it being a national movement. Like, there's very clearly 3 acts, and unfortunately, I only think one of those acts works, which is the middle chunk.
I'm saying, I think, like, whenever the film tries to be sincere, whether that be, I know it's you know, I haven't read the book, but I think of the material, unlike the original film, it is very heavy-handed. Like, it's obvious. Like, we know what the commentary is. It's the exploitation of the working class. It's using that for entertainment, blah 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 blah, whatever. But I think when it tries to have kind of these sincere, whether social political messages or human messages, whether it runs into just decency, every moment that it kind of attempts sincerity, it's kind of fucking cringe, honestly. Like, it feels one so out of place. I'm assuming you're going to say the same thing when we go on to, but there's one or 2 monologues specifically where I was like, fucking hell, this is, I mean,
one of them has to be, we're thinking the same thing. We have to be.
1,000,000%. I think Glenn Powell I said this in my review. I think he just has like such an ounce of charisma and gravitas that can carry him through this role. I didn't think he was amazing, but I thought just watching him deliver a bunch of energy, especially during that middle section, was enough for me to get enjoyment out of it in the long term.
Mhm.
I think the characters, like you said, a bit like just talking heads. They just operate as kind of nothingness, as a mere vessel for Glenn Powell's character, and they don't actually.
Which also sucks because like, go. You go.
I was just saying with his wife, it's like it's so like, blasé, nothing, and expects you to really buy into it. And at the end, which we'll go on to, when there's like a really powerful, earnest moment, it just like
that was sick though. That moment was sick. I will say
it was cool, but it's like
I'll tell you this: I don't like the third act of this movie. The last like 5 minutes, I was like, all right, kind of saved the movie a little bit,
but it just didn't like. I was like, oh.
No, the whole like. He joins the Running Man because he needs money because his daughter is sick and his daughter has been sick. I think he said for like a week or so.
Yeah.
So like everything he does in the Running Man, especially in that third act, everything that happens, everything that says, everything that he has said, it is in service to his daughter and his wife. Unfortunately, this movie did not make me give any ounce of a shit about his daughter or his wife outside of a few cute shots of his daughter. Like his daughter was adorable. And I was like, that's enough to obviously make me sad because I never want to see a baby in pain.
Mm-hmm.
But the movie beyond that is not doing enough for me to like actually care about like the stakes of his family.
And as well, like, I think within Cobbs, he's built up as what's his name? Ben Richards?
Yeah, Ben Richards.
He's built up as like this like kind of I just didn't buy into his anger as well at the start of that first like sort of hour.
Yeah.
I think like you said, it is very much a tale of three portions. Where there are I think there's a particular section in the
spoilers
middle.
and like get into the act
specifically.
Yeah, let me throw on spoilers. Hold on.
There are sections in the middle.
Okay, spoilers are on. I will now not be ridiculed for spoiling this movie.
Nice. I can't see the spoiler thing. Can you see it?
Yeah, I see it.
Weird. So I think there's sections of the movie that really, really work. And those sections, I actually said the same that I saw Soph's review and she said something similar. The actual Running Man moments, some of them are quite fun. There is one particular in which it's the apartment scene, right?
Yeah, sick.
Which we saw. I mean, that a lot.
And
of that
you even saw a clip of like him running out the apartment in the trailer, and I was like, that looks sick in the trailer.
The clip in the trailer with like,
and it looked even cooler in the movie because it was from the perspective of like the TV show's like camera, so it had like the border, like it was very cool. It was very cool.
I think like some of the digital like the digital aspects are kind of cool in terms of the way it like integrates the actual TV show and the mentality of that. And I think Edgar Wright, typically, I mean, I haven't seen like his recent work, but if we go back to even like Scott Pilgrim, he knows how to stage fight sequences, and those are the moments I enjoyed. Like this apartment scene, I thought it was electric. I thought it was really, really fun. I really liked the way they're set out with the hunters when they kind of enter and they circle, and the whole kind of modus operandi of them is to get into it, and they kind of have that sole target. And I really enjoyed it because I think Glenn Powell has, like I said, the charisma, but he's also a great physical presence and a physical actor. And the moment with, like, for example, when he finds the grenade and then the whole thing, explodes the whole fucking building up. It is that classic crazed moment that I think Edgar Wright like thrives on. I think Glenn Powell thrives on as well. But the problem is a lot of those moments are few and far between. And then in the middle of that, like straight post it, there's the moment with like the guy who's essentially, you can call him like a revolutionary media figure. He's like an underground guy who's like exposing the network.
Yeah.
He was cool, but a lot of the conversations with him, those sincere ones about the establishment and the anti-corporation messages it gives, are just so like explicitly told. And it's like, okay, here's the plan. Let's lay it out. Like, it's kind of similar to like, some of the Marvel films.
This is going to be, okay. I hated the movie I'm about to mention. So I don't want you guys to think that I didn't like The Running Man this much, but this is what it kind of reminded me of. Did you watch Him?
No, I didn't.
Okay. My biggest problem with Him is that every 10 minutes, there was a new title card that basically told you in this next chapter of the movie, this is the theme. That's how I felt with a lot of
really?
these monologues in The Running Man, where it was like Edgar Wright, who usually has so much trust in his audience, really is holding our hands and is really telling us, this is what I want you to think. This is what I'm trying to say. And especially with that like underground guy who like runs that conspiracy theorist TV show or whatever you want to call it, that's where I was like, this is too on the nose. This is too like spoon fed. And it was getting a little annoying. And then the other moment, which I'm assuming is one that you're thinking of, is when he gets in the car with that girl and that girl has like that blow. Yeah.
Genuinely the worst scene in the film.
It sucks because that girl was a good actress. I was thinking to myself, I was like, she's like good. But what she was saying was so like it was giggle worthy. And I was like, this. Like,
she was literally out like she would say like,
yeah,
you're the bad guy, and the network of the good guys trying to save us. And it's like, oh my god, why are you delivering the point of the film in your monologue?
That's what I'm saying. And then even Glenn Powell's like response, where he was like, "How much is that scarf worth? You have a human life around your neck." And I was like, "You are literally like spoon feeding us the themes right now, Edgar Wright," and it's making me feel really like it feels like I'm a child. Like it feels like you don't trust that I'm going to figure this out myself.
It does feel like, and again, I think it operates wide compared to the Marvel film, is it operates within its like themes, kind of like a kid's film, which is fine, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm saying, but inherently there has to be some sort of trust given, and this is the fucking Running Man. It's so we do not need a rundown of the commentary in this film. It's the most like classically dystopian, Hunger Games, Battle Royale, whatever. You tried so many things.
Okay, you tell me if you agree with this, because this is also okay. So, when I was giving my spoiler-free review, I said there's a moment where this movie falls off, and that is after everything with Michael Cera. Once Michael Cera leaves the picture, and Glenn Powell crashes the car and he jumps off the bridge, and that to me is where the movie goes downhill. Not only because I think the narrative gets to like a stupid place where he's like in the plane and he finds the girl in the car and now they're teaming up. I think that's all stupid. But what I also didn't like is that once everything happens with Michael Cera, I feel like this movie just completely loses its dystopian aesthetic. The beginning chunk of the movie where you are, I think they refer to it as like downtown, and it's like, very analog, very, grimy and gross. I love that. I love that dystopian stuff. Once he gets to like Michael Cera's house and everything after the house, it feels like they just completely abandoned the dystopian society. Like it felt like we were nowhere near the future, and that kind of bothered me because it was like a very clear switch. Like the color palette of the movie in the first like 50 minutes to like an hour and 20 minutes was very gray. It was very dull. It was very analog dystopian. And I love that. And then you move into like the back, whatever, hour, 50 minutes, hour. And it's like, we're abandoning all of that analog dystopian aesthetic. And we're just going to forget it ever happened. And that bothered me a lot because I loved the dystopian aesthetic in the early parts of the movie.
Yeah, I mean, like going into that bit you just mentioned as well, like the Michael Cera bit, kind of fun because it had like a little Home Alone. I would call it like a Home Alone kind of thing, where he's like booby trapped his whole fucking house. But again, it's like we have, Michael Cera is just a figure there. He is not a character. He is just, this guy is a I guess you call it like a revolutionary passed down from his dad. And again, another problem when he is outlining as to why he's got to this point, it's like, my dad used to be a whatever they call police officers. Yeah. They blah blah blah. They didn't remember hot dog stand. They didn't like that blah blah. It's like we're explicitly told beat for beat the plans in place and what has occurred previously.
Yep.
And it, when people call like Nolan
every character
too expository, like in terms of like his work, or like his previous work. I don't think it's the case anymore. Yeah. People said it like Inception, which I think is fair, but this is brutal exposition use.
Yeah, this is really, it's to a point where it's crazy that I was like, I'm positive on this movie, but I feel like we've been doing nothing but shitting on it. But no, you're absolutely right. It's to a point where it feels like every character outside of Ben Richards is just a pawn meant to
Mhm.
take Ben Richards into the next portion of this movie. Like,
Which is a shame because the cast is like,
and it sucks because I also think Michael Cera is the standout of this movie. He's hilarious. He's fucking like he's just so quick. He's so chaotic, and I loved it. I loved his presence. I loved everything with his mom. I thought that shit was fucking hilarious. Everything with the hot dog cart, everything with the Home Alone house. Like
I like that
I
movie,
genuinely, yeah, like I loved that scene. But then the scene ends, and you're like, okay, like that was all. It was kind of like it was like a nothing scene. Like now I could forget about it, and Ben is moving on to like this next portion of the Running Man, where he truly like takes over as like this revolutionary figure, and it's like this next step in like, oh, let's get him to be a hunter, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, all right, this movie is losing itself a good chunk right now.
There was an issue I had as well. Like I don't know much about the original material, so obviously someone in the comments can correct me about this if you are a avid King fan. But I almost think in the second half, what it loses is that I know the original film the original book isn't a comedy, so to speak. But I think Edgar Wright and his stylized nature, this is why I consider this more of like a hired handwork. It didn't feel, you could watch this and you wouldn't like go Edgar Wright film,
Definitely.
And I think the issue is as well, we start off and in the first portion, especially with the other two contestants, Katie Ryan, whoever the other guy was, it is very layered with its comedy and its stylized comedy. There's obviously anger that's like deep rooted, of course, with the commentary. But we lose that, and it enters this kind of portion of just such a level of self-seriousness in the final acts.
Yeah,
where it's like I think it just loses that personality and that unique charm that it had within like the middle portion. Because like take the scene we mentioned with the apartment, right, and also the Michael Cera scene, the two scenes that I really really enjoyed.
Yeah.
You understand what's going on, but it also has this like deep-rooted like comedic aspect as well. For example, like in the apartment scene when Glenn Powell like falls through or he breaks in the window, and the guy's just there like, "Yeah, you're on the fucking thing, man."
Funny.
Yeah, and
it's
there are
quirky,
those like,
it's funny, it's Edgar Wright.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and I think we enter this like period of like self-seriousness when, especially when they get on the plane. And
then it becomes like a Russo brothers production.
Yeah, it's like a Gray Man.
Respectfully.
It's like the Gray Man. And it's like when Ben is offered the, grand deal, let's say, we find out that Lee Pace's character is, which was obvious, is also, he got to the 29th day, and then he was also offered to have his own show as the hunter, blah, 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 whatever. And it's that whole, again, the exploitation of the working class and how they use you and whatever, and we know that. But that plane sequence, it just delivers everything so explicitly.
Yeah.
And it really kind of ran just like very, very cold to me.
It's like every time the camera panned over to this girl, I was like, why the fuck are you still here? Like, why are you still on this plane?
What the fuck was the point of that?
And then, like, where
and then she's like, she just jumps out the plane and she's fine with it, by the way.
And again, it sucks because I think she was a good actress. Like, I think she did her job well. Just everything that came out of her mouth was so fucking silly and so like exaggerated drama. And it's like, why are you still in this movie? Like, how did you end up in so much of this movie?
It was really odd, like the way they utilized it. And it was one of those things where, like I said, it just doesn't have that. Now, granted, and you can be the, I guess, view on this, and you already have given your opinion. I haven't seen an Edgar Wright film. I think he's done 2 since Scott Pilgrim, Baby Driver and Last Night in Soho.
Yeah,
no, Baby Driver, Last Night in Soho, and World's End. I haven't seen.
Yeah.
I haven't seen one since The World's End 2013, so I haven't seen Last Night in Soho or Baby Driver.
Yeah.
And I would say like the British films were better for me, but I really like Scott Pilgrim from what I remember as well.
Yeah.
I think you can be the judge of this, but this feels like such a hired hand project. It feels like there's nothing uniquely, distinctly Edgar Wright other than maybe perhaps some of the
outside of that. I completely outside of that second act. I was like, this doesn't feel like an Edgar Wright production. Whereas, like, again, I'm gonna keep bringing up Baby Driver because I just watched it last night, and I was just so blown away by like everything, every bit of editing, every needle drop, every car chase. I was like, this is Edgar Wright. Like, this is so beautifully Edgar Wright. Even Last Night in Soho, I know a lot of people aren't as high on that movie as I am. I like that movie. It is distinctly Edgar Wright. And then obviously the World's End trilogy is obviously and that's like prime Edgar Wright right there.
Yeah.
This movie's what, 2 hours and 10 minutes, The Running Man. It felt like an Edgar Wright production for 40 minutes. Yeah, 40 minutes of that felt like an Edgar Wright production.
Yeah, it's like personality, and I just think like if you're gonna with Edgar Wright, and again this kind of rings through typically throughout his career, but like it just loses itself in this self-seriousness where I'm like, I think we're trying like a little bit too hard to push the commentary
and none of that even happened until like the final like 35 minutes. Like it wasn't annoyingly political until that girl's monologue in the car. Like I think up until that point, everything was like, yeah, like this is a good, like I was prepared to give us a 4 stars up until like the third act, you know, like I was having a good time. I was liking the dystopian stuff. I was loving like the Hunger Game parallels. I was loving like the chase sequences, the apartment sequences when he's a fucking priest was hilarious. Like I was loving everything. And then there's just like this sudden shift in the third act where like she has this insane monologue about whatever. He comes back with the scarf conversation, and then he gets to the plane, and even on the plane he has like this really emotional monologue that's kind of boggled down by Josh Brolin being like, did you think we were actually going to air that? Like we stopped recording you after this. It was just a very interesting, like, I don't know. And I feel bad pooping on this movie because Edgar Wright in the Q&A, like this man loves this movie. He is so proud of this movie. Like he had a blast making this.
I think
movie.
He's wanted to do this for a while.
Yeah. Like, and this is a movie that should have felt like his magnum opus, you know, a movie like this, quirky and silly, but also like with this like dense commentary. Like this should have been his magnum opus, but I think it's just, I don't know. It just falls flat in one too many moments.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's just kind of annoying. But there are good things about it, and I think like Coleman Domingo, I really liked, and again, he's not.
I loved him.
I like him in everything.
Fuck. Yeah,
Josh Brolin, even though Josh Brolin's like you said, like he is like a video game boss, and that's kind of the mentality, and he is that classic like, oh, this is the corporate whatever, blah blah blah. He's cool. Like Josh Brolin is good in everything. It's Josh Brolin, whatever. And like you've got Glenn Powell, and you've got like the Michael Cera world who offered that comedic aspect, and you've got like I actually don't know the guy's name, but I thought he was really good. The like revolutionary guy, whatever. And also,
yeah, he was funny.
I actually, do you know what? Anna said this to me after the film. I actually just realized. Jamie Lawson, she was the girl in Sinners, wasn't she? She was.
Oh yeah.
She's the love interest of
Miles Cann.
Miles Cann's character. Yeah. Anna told me. I was like, oh yeah, I knew I recognized her.
Wow. Yeah.
And I thought she was cool. It's just kind of difficult because you have this lineup of great people. William H. Macy as well.
Yeah, dude, he was billed as like the second lead.
I know.
He was.
I guess they just used him because it's like it's William H. Macy. Yeah, it was like when
this movie for like 6 minutes.
You haven't seen Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes yet, have you? I don't think you.
No, I've not.
Well, he's in that, and it was kind of similar where they used him, but he's like in it for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Because he's William H. Macy. He was cool, but yeah, I don't know. It just kind of. Oh, have you seen Dexter, by the way?
No.
Oh, okay. You know the guy at the start who's like his boss.
Yeah,
like, opening scene. Dexter guy.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I don't know. It's fine. I don't know. It kind of disappointed me because I like you, I was excited for this. Genuinely excited. I think the trailer, like I wasn't excited when I saw the trailer. I was like, this is cool, man. This looks really, really cool. But,
that was one of the, even Victoria didn't like this movie, and that was one of her first like critiques. She was like, damn, like the trailer is just so much better than the final product. And I was like, yeah.
Anna doesn't come to me a lot. The reason she wanted to go is because she saw the trailer and I was like, oh, do you want to go? And then I think Anna gave it a 2, so she liked it even less than I did.
Listen, shout out my sister Christina. She came to see it with me. She gave it a 4 stars. She loved it. She had a great time. That was her first time being in the Lincoln Square IMAX theater. So I think she was just first. So she doesn't do movies. She's not a big movie. That might be the only movie. She might not step foot in a theater for another 7-8 months.
Which is like most people, like genuinely most people anyway. So this might be one of those films that's built for the people who like watch like 10 films a year.
Yeah, but also that's the thing about this movie. Like we just spent the last like fucking half hour pooping on it. I'll probably rewatch it when it comes out on digital. Like, this is an easy watch when I'm not in the mood to sit down and challenge myself. Or
But I think
actually,
why we're shitting on it is that classic thing where you can give this. Okay, this might come up in our Hamner conversation, right? When we have that, where it's like I might shit on it more than I'm being positive, even though I give it a positive rating because I was so excited for it.
Yeah, because the
This
expectations were just through. Like, I was genuinely expecting like Edgar Wright's magnum opus. Like, that's what I was expecting. Like, in 2025, Edgar Wright, Glenn Powell, that duo, just that's an awesome like collab. Love the Michael Cera, love a dystopian world. Even after watching the Schwarzenegger Running Man, I was like, you know what? I can't wait to see Edgar Wright's iteration of this movie. So like, I gave this movie 3 stars. I like this movie. I had a good time with this movie, but I am going to focus more on the negatives because of like just where my expectations were. Like, I was fully expecting to walk out of this theater and being like, that's in my top 5 of the year. I love that. I had so much fun with that. And now I'm like, I don't even know if that's like breaking the top 30 or 40 of the year.
Are we?
But all right,
good?
You good? Yeah, I think that's the end of Running Man. It was a 3 for myself. It was a 2.5 for Seth. It's currently sitting at a 3.3 on Letterboxd, and my Mutual's rating is at a 3.0. I mean, Tyler, I know you said you're going to watch it, but I'm not going to lie. I have no.
Well, I'm worried to hear what Seth said about Anna, because similar situation where Riley's like, I really want to see this. I saw the trailer and loved it, and I could see probably her hating it. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll see it this week probably. So excited for it. But now we'll do kind of 2 relatively quicker reviews. Sentimental Value and Jay Kelly. Is this time of year where all these limited releases are coming out and people are seeing them at different times? There's never like a great week to review them because like they're coming out for different times for everyone else. But they're big movies that we want to touch on at some point in the podcast. So we figured this week we'll do Sentimental Value and Jay Kelly now that they are starting to get released in theaters more for more people. But Sentimental Value, directed by Joachim Trier, starring Renate Reinsve, Stellan Skarsgård, Inga Ibsdotter, Lilias, and Elle Fanning. Sisters Nora and Agnes reunite with their estranged father, the charismatic Gustav, a once renowned director who offers stage actress Nora a role in what he hopes will be his comeback film. When Nora turns it down, she soon discovers he has given her part to an eager young Hollywood star. So really curious to hear your 2 thoughts on this, because Seth, I know you loved it, and George, you didn't rate it. So I'm curious to kind of hear where you go with this, but I'll just say quickly, because I want to hear it from you 2 more than I want to hear from myself. There's nothing I'm going to point to and say like, this was bad about this movie. It's just one, like you were just talking about Hamnet and Running Man, where I had my expectations through the roof. The Worst Person in the World is a movie I think of all the time and absolutely love. Renate Reinsve, her in that movie, as well as A Different Man. I think she is one of the best actresses working today. Love Stellan Skarsgård and Elle Fanning always. I thought Inga Ibsdotter Lilias was great. But to me, like the pieces were there. It just didn't connect for me. I think there's a lot of emotional elements that Joachim Trier was going through here with the house, with the relationship between the father-daughter, between the relationships with the daughters themselves. I think Inga Ibsdotter Lilias' character was kind of the most interesting for me in the movie. I think Elle Fanning was a really, really solid piece as well, but just kind of didn't hit me the way I was kind of hoping it would, and kind of left the theaters a little disappointed. And honestly, haven't really thought about the movie since seeing it about 2 weeks ago. So again, nothing I can say like this was bad, but it just didn't really come together for me. So that's why I want to hear from you 2, because you 2, I don't know. I have no clue where George is on this, but I'll start with Seth, because I know you really love the movie. Seth, what are your thoughts on Sentimental Value?
Yeah, I mean, I've watched it, I think it was like 12th of October, so it's been a little bit now.
I'm going to say I watched it 12 times.
No, I wish though. That'd be cool. Bro, I'd have been able to break down this shit so well.
Like, what the fuck? Like, why would you do that?
I don't know what it's out here actually. No, I mean, Sentimental Value is my number 1 of the year, as I spoke about. I completely adored this thing in every stretch possible. I think it's just the perfect film for me. I think it's like everything I look for. Joachim Trier, like I think, or Joachim Trier, I can't remember how you pronounce his first name, but his work has always like touched me in a way that not many others can. I think his ability to really detail and sharpen in on those like familial relationships is something that I really value quite heavily. Like Oslo, August 31st, I think is incredible. Worst Person in the World, I think is very good. I'm not quite as high on Oslo than I am on Oslo, but this is kind of the one for me that really blew me away, and what I would call his masterpiece today, I guess. I love the way it builds relationships. I think for me, like one of the most powerful things in the world, and obviously for you guys as well, is art and the forms of it. And I think the way it uses art and showcases it as a reconciliatory factor of relationships, it made me think about my own previous relationships, especially, you know, those of kind of like a more distant nature, and the conversations we've had previously, how things can, you know, lead to blows and fallouts, but eventually, but that kind of love and that feeling remains true with them. I also think, like, again, for me, this is the funniest film of the year as well. Like I had a complete just I can't remember the last time when I watched a film and the reactions were so crazy comedically as well. Like a lot of the stuff in this like made me, you know, cry with laughter, and then I was completely like, for example, when Tyler said it didn't really touch you in the way you hoped, that's kind of the opposite for me, where like at the end I was fucking, I couldn't even see, I was crying my eyes out. I love the way it uses the house as well, and using kind of the house as the place of, this is kind of where the memories were collected, and this is where reigns true, and it's also where kind of the trauma was carried over, and where we see things from our past, and where it kind of will always hold that place in us for negative or positive. And I love the way it uses kind of the house as other people have said, like a character. You know, it's so vital to each of their identities and so vital to them as people, and where they hold so much. And when the dad, Stellan Skarsgård, does come home, it really reignites these past feelings, whether good or bad. I love the way it uses the stage plays as well. I think how do you pronounce her name? Renata
Reinsve.
Reinsve? Yeah, that sounds right. I think she's amazing. I think she's amazing in everything. Like, I completely agree with what Tyler said. And I think all the cast in this, like, especially fucking hell.
Inga Ibsodder Lilius.
Inga.
Wow, what a champion.
Never getting that
crazy. One. Considering like
She was my favorite in the movie for sure.
I think she was my favorite of the film as well.
She was my favorite as well.
Hey, twins, triplets.
Yeah, that's actually quite impressive. Because like the main four, I think we'd all agree equally, they're all fucking incredible.
First thing I walked out of the theater, first thing I said was I loved the girl that played her sister. Like that was my favorite part of the movie.
Yeah, I think like equally, because you know the whole thing's about built on this father-daughter, but I think equally the sister's relationship and what we'll probably go on to, that conversation between those two, like near the end of the film, and what it kind of leads to in the final shot of the film, I think is unbelievable. Like it really, really got me, and I was obviously we'll speak on it in a second. But she was incredible, and considering I've never seen anything before, I think like she was unbelievable. Stellan Skarsgård is fantastic. I love Elle Fanning as well. And I love her choice in the film. And do you know what I will say? And I think this will kind of come across to maybe you guys more, but typically a lot of things we see in, it could be like English films, it could be Eastern or Central European films or whatever. If there's an American character in the film, they're kind of always the fucking idiot. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, right? It just happens. I actually think Elle Fanning is so well integrated into this, especially with Stellan's character, when the more and more divulges between them and the scripts and the readings between them. I think she was tremendous. I really, really loved her. I love the way it showcases art in this and the way it confides with that. But yeah, I'll let George. I can't wait to watch it again. It's a 5-star for me. It's my favorite of the year. I'm so excited. It's like yeah, just truly like the most distinct and a masterpiece for me through and through. But yeah, George, you carry on.
Yeah, I missed this one at the film festival, so I was a little upset that I had to wait a couple weeks after to watch it, but I finally got around to watching it, and I really liked it. I don't think I'm as high as Seth. I think I probably land a little closer to Tyler in this similar sentiment that I think this movie has all of its pieces. I think all of its pieces work. But similar to kind of my experience with Worst Person in the World, which I also just watched for the first time, I just don't think these are like the moving, pieces of cinema, the reflective pieces of cinema that are going to necessarily like, tickle my fancy. I personally, like Seth, you just said you found yourself crying towards the end of this film. Like I don't think I shed a single tear. I don't think this is like the emotional warmth that I had anticipated. But with that said, like I did really enjoy this movie. I think there's this very interesting dichotomy in its aesthetic where it's very modern, but it's very nostalgic. And I love how those two kind of play opposite each other. And I do think this is a very like interesting. There are so many movies out there that are about like reconciling like past relationships or reconciling like anything like traumatic that happened in your youth and coming to terms with, you know, whatever, whether it's like PTSD or, you know, in this case, an estranged father. And I think this one takes a very like interesting look at it, and the fact that it is through the lens of a filmmaker and like him wanting to make this final movie in service of his daughter, I think is just absolutely beautiful. And I think this movie does a really good job at like conveying this very like warmth and this very like melancholy narrative. And it really does like this whole movie just feels like a really depressed, warm hug. Like I'll always go back to the one scene where Stellan and Renata are outside just smoking a cig. Like that, there's like 0 lines of dialogue in that movie. They're just looking at each other. They're just embracing each other's company. And I just absolutely love that. I love that this movie is in, and we just talked about Running Man, how that movie's kind of like spoon feeding you everything it wants you to know. This is a movie where you really have to like dig deep and figure it out, even to the point of like the final couple of, not going to talk about the ending of this movie just yet, in fear of spoiling shit. That's my fault. But yeah, I love it. I think this movie is quiet and reserved in like the best way possible. I love every single character and every single interaction between Stellan and Elle, Stellan and Renata and her sister. Even like the very brief moments you have of Renata and Elle, I think are beautiful, especially towards, you know, the back end of the movie where they're talking about why Renata didn't take this role. It's a very, very beautiful, beautiful movie. And the reason I don't think I like loved this movie as much as the rest, I'm not the biggest like, and I'm not even saying this as a pun, or I'm not saying this as like a quip joke. Like, I don't find sentimental value in like a lot of things, you know, like for example, Victoria and I are going to move out of this apartment. I'm going to forget about this apartment in a week, you know, like it's not going to hold any like fun sentimental value. Like that's just not who I am. Like I don't collect things that like will have sentimental value to me. Like this movie really relies on you to buy into this house as like this staple centered ground for this family. And because of my lack of finding sentimental value in inanimate objects, I didn't like 100% connect to that side of the story. I think it's done in a really beautiful way. You know, I think the whole turn of this house and how like it starts and it moves along through this narrative and like the dad takes over for the movie and blah, blah, blah. I think it's beautiful. And, you know, even like the incorporation of like the oven and how like Renata would listen to her parents and now she's telling like her nephew to like, hey, this is what I used to like. I think it's all cute. But like
I first mentioned that I love the nephew and auntie relationship because it really is like
really beautiful
relationship.
Yeah, really beautiful relationship. But I'm just not someone that like romanticizes things, you know, like that's just not who I am as a person. Like I don't romanticize locations. I don't romanticize like my life. I'm very much like a living in the moment kind of person, you know. I don't know if that makes me heartless or whatnot, but like that's just who I am.
I'm nostalgic like crazy, so that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's a different argument. Like I think I'm a nostalgic person, but
no,
maybe that nostalgia doesn't come in the form of like sentimental. Yeah, okay, that's fair.
I'm nostalgic about like environments, like for example, like my mom's house that I grew up in would hold a lot to me because it's like there and that's why I've been through things and whatever. So that might be the case as well. It's like you said, if you buy into that, and it also like it's again one of those films where if you have a connection to a feeling of one of these characters or a relationship or an experience that's so similar,
that too, and like this is
more, you know,
this isn't necessarily like an argument I hate to bring up, but like I also just can't connect to this story. And I know like the obvious rebuttal is like, oh, what kind of connection do you have to the Batman or Dune, right? It's like
that's so stupid.
those are very clearly not grounded in reality. But like when you have a movie like Sentimental Value and Worst Person in the World that are so grounded in reality, if I can't connect to these very real narratives, same thing with like The Materialists just this year. It's like another movie where it's like, I think this movie's great. I think it's a good movie. I just can't connect to this movie because like my life, I don't share the same life experiences, you know, like I have a great relationship with my father, you know, like I do.
Yeah,
so like I couldn't connect with like that aspect of the movie. You know, like obviously my character, me and Renata's character differ so far in terms of like the traumas we have and the PTSDs we have and you know, that sort of thing. Like our emotional weight comes in very different forms. And like, you know, Tyler said, this is a movie that everything is good. Everything is great. It's just not a movie like at the end of the day that comes together and I'm like falling in love with. But like I still think it's a great movie. Like it's a 4-star movie for me. Like I think it's one of the best of the year. But I just struggle to like truly connect myself emotionally. But it is a movie that I think just leans so heavily on the quiet and the introspective. And I think it all works very brilliantly. I think it is like, it's not a movie that's holding your hand. It's not a movie that's spoon feeding you. I think everyone is giving an incredibly powerful performance. And Renata is just so unbelievable. I'll be so shocked if she's not one of the 5 nominees at the Oscars this year.
Is she like a?
I think she's the second. She's the second favorite right now.
Oh, really? I didn't know she'd be
behind Jessie.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I think the visual language is beautiful. I think it's emotional. I think there are a lot of you know, emotional subtleties in this movie that I think work really well. It's definitely a movie I want to rewatch. You know, even like as you come up to the end of the movie where she's finally reading the script, like I think that whole moment, like I'd love a rewatch. I'd love to like relive that moment.
Did you find it funny?
Did I find it funny? Not really.
Like for me, honestly, like I get it.
Like when Stella, like I don't know.
Did you not find the DVD joke funny?
So my entire theater exploded in laughter when he pulled out the piano teacher, and like I don't know that. I think that's, and I don't mean this in a bad way. That to me is just very like pretentious humor that I just don't think works for me.
I think it's lowbrow. I actually think it's kind of lowbrow in that it's.
I don't know. It's just like
kind of
easy,
obvious.
Yeah, it's like easy. Like, oh, this is gonna make a room of cinephiles laugh. Like, I don't
know. I
agree.
I just think it's funny as fuck. I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I thought there were funny moments, but I can't remember anything that made me laugh in this movie. Like, that's not what I took away from this film. But yeah, really good movie, really well put together movie. I think it looks beautiful. I think the performances are out of this world. I could very easily see this movie nodding 3 nominations: Best Actress, Supporting Actress, and Supporting Actor.
Do you reckon it'll get a Best Picture one because it's 10 as well?
Yeah, it'll get a Best Picture.
Yeah, I think it'll get Picture. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, but like Tyler said, like all of those incredible pieces come together, and it's not necessarily something that I find myself attached to. Similar experience to Worst Person in the World, like, but I definitely think I like Sentimental Value a little bit more.
I'll correct you on one thing, George. You said it's a 4-star for you. It's a no rating for you. I just wanted to make that correction.
Hit that 4, brother. I just want to
listen. So someone did comment on my letterbox saying, like, why are you not rating this? And I go, oh, it's just a movie like I want to talk to people about first. So maybe when we're done with this conversation, maybe you'll convince me to move it up to a 4.5 or lower it to a 3.5. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the vibes are.
I just want to touch on the ending quickly as well.
Yeah, I'll throw up spoilers.
Spoiler, bitch.
Yeah, that for me is like the perfect kind of conclusion to the film. I think again, it ties really back into that reconciliation of art and the way it's kind of set up. Obviously, Renata Resnick's character is someone who has to basically acknowledge her previous attempt at taking her own life, and that's kind of what it is. And it's battling with that. It's understanding that. And I think what's so powerful is not only looking back at her conversation with her sister when it is that kind of worrying moment, and when it is that family thing where you have someone who has tried to commit previously, and it's like back and forth. But I think in that final moment where truly the artistry kind of comes together, and that is the true showcase of the reconciliation is just like stunning in that how it's staged, how it's set up. Obviously, it's kind of leads you to believe. And I kind of did believe it, to be honest. I thought it was real. The way that the nephew kind of comes round and they have this conversation. She walks into the room that we've seen previously and it's been set up previously, and we spoke about previously Elle Fanning and Stellan's character when they were talking about the script. And also that was a funny moment, I thought, when Stellan was like, that was the exact stool that she used.
That was funny. That was funny.
Yeah.
As that final scene was unfolding, I, for a split second, completely forgot that Stellan and Elle's characters had a conversation about that very scene.
About the scene, yeah.
So in my head, I thought this movie was about to ruin me and like break the news that her sister killed herself and now she has to take care of the niece. And I thought that's where like the themes of this movie were going, where like Renata's character is so outwardly like depressed and not okay, and everyone kind of sees it. Whereas her sister's character was more quiet because she had to hold in all of that emotion because she had a family to take care of. She had a life that she had to take care of. Like she couldn't keep thinking about her father and that relationship. So I thought that's the direction the film was going to take me in. And I was preparing myself to cry because I really didn't want the sister to kill herself, because that would have been really sad, especially following the previous scene where she's consoling Renata's character after reading the script.
Well, I thought it would be like a case where, at first, where that would be the full committal of her. And I thought, when it happens, when she kind of goes into the room after the nephew leaves and we kind of see the chair again, and there's that significant shot kind of down the hallway.
Yeah.
And then when she's kind of about to do it per se, as to what the viewers believe, the nephew comes back again. And it's kind of that moment where it's like, I pitched that as like a saving moment, a savior, where she understands kind of what she's keeping going for. And what I love so much about this scene is when it's kind of, I guess, revealed that this is part of the art. This is Stellan's thing. This is the film. It's the gaze between the two of them after the scene's done, and just that look where it's kind of that accepting. It's a look of acceptance. It's an acceptance of their past and kind of the past troubles and trauma, especially with Renat's character and Stellan's character, and kind of him not being there, and acceptance of that, and also like looking forward to what's to come, and being that true, not forgiveness, so to speak, because I do think it's kind of bittersweet. But I just I love that so much. I love the way the film ends and concludes with that real potent message of, okay, this is what art can do in the livelihood, and this is what kind of art can do in terms of helping you grapple with something that you've really been unable to confront so much of your life, where you're being put into a perspective where it's kind of, I guess, not you, but it is, and it forces you to grapple with said thing. I think that's like a really powerful moment. And like the final shot I loved as well, but I was worried for a second because I was like, oh shit, man, this is gonna go like really, really bad. But I think it's just perfectly paired with the conversation that they had, that the two sisters were having previously, and how important that is in terms of the metric, and about their kind of father-daughter relationship, and also about her past traumas, and how art can kind of allow her to grapple with that. I love the ending. I really, really love the ending quite a lot.
Yeah, I think every part of that, like final, I'll say like 20 minutes, after, even from the sequence where Stellan and Elle have the conversation about where Elle is,
she goes over to.
She's basically. I just hate that I'm referring to them as their actual names because I'm forgetting their character. I think Gustav is Stellan's character. But even when she is like, I don't think I'm meant to be in this movie. Like, I do not think this movie, like, I'm not supposed to be here. I think you know it. I know it. And I love that, like, that moment for some reason really touched me, because it was like this mutual agreement that Elle's character was like, I feel like I'm overstepping. I feel like I'm not the one that you wrote this for. I feel like I'm not the actress you had in mind to be in this role. And then it moves into like that final sequence of the movie where her sister finally reads the script, obviously loves it, goes over to Renata's house and says, I need you to read this. Like, please read it. And it's like, this is an original thought. This is something that Sophie actually mentioned after watching the movie that has actually stuck with me a lot since watching the movie, where it's like this really touching moment where Renata's character realizes that regardless of her father being in her life, he still has an understanding of his kids. Like he still knows his kids. He still understands his kids. He still understands the trauma and the upbringing that they had. And he was able to translate that into a movie. And I think that moment is obviously what pushed her to do the movie and star in the movie after reading that script and having that beautiful embrace with her sisters. Because even Renata was like, did you tell dad about my suicide attempt? And her sister's like, no, I didn't. And like that moment right there is like, it's just such a beautiful understanding of like what parents see in their kids that their kids might not know that their parents, like parents know everything, like regardless of, I think, your relationship with your parents, like parents just know every single thing about their kids. And I think that final shot of like everything from when they're filming the final scene to like them yelling cut and they're just kind of giving each other that stare, I just think is absolutely beautiful. I wish it hit me more emotionally. Like I can't say I walked out of this theater crying the way I did with Hamnet. Hamnet had me in tears, bro.
Did it? Interesting.
It did. Yeah. I mean, come on, man. You can't play that song at the end and not expect me to fuck up. Like, come on.
That song is a cheat code, though. I will get on to Hamnet, but that fucking piece of music.
Such a cheat code. Fuck that song, bro.
Tyler, what was your? I know we've been speaking. What was your thoughts on the ending as well? So I want to hear about your opinion.
Yeah, it was an interesting one. I wish it hit me harder too. Like everything you guys are saying, I agree with. It's just the first thing I said when I turned to Eli when the movie ended, I was like, was he intending for us to like think that this was like real and that was like a reveal? Because for me, like I guess I never for a second was like, this is happening in real life. I was like, oh, they're filming the movie now, like or clocked it early in the scene. And I'm not trying to say like I was like, oh, I'm so smart, I figured it out. It's just I think I just didn't get that. Like that's why I was curious. Then I was like asking people around me, like, were we supposed to think like this is actually happening and this is like she's gonna be like committing and like this is all happening inside the house, and that it was supposed to be a reveal that no, they're actually filming the movie together? Because I guess right when the scene started, I was like, oh, cool, like she's in the movie now. I don't know why that was where my mind went, but I think maybe just the themes of the movie up to that point. Like I feel like Renata Reins's relationship with the guys she met in the movie and the guys she had a kind of a semi-relationship with, like I just felt like it was like a microcosm of the worst person in the world. So I was like, I feel like they just kind of like contracted the storyline of like worst person in the world and just kind of threw it in for a little bit. And like, it's going to sound silly, but everything related to the house, I thought like Robert Zemeckis' Here did better. Like I really enjoyed that movie for how it treats like time and stories and people passing through one single inanimate object and kind of how it impacts the space over time. But yeah, like I think the relationship between the father and daughter, like how the father, Gustav's like, the way I described it was he would be more interested in going away from his family for 9 months and making a movie about how much he misses being away from his family for the past 9 months than just like not making that movie and being with his family for the 9 months. Like he uses art as like not only a way to process his feelings, but a way to escape as well. But like you said, he still knows fully everything going on with his daughters and he's still in tune with his family, even if from their perspective, he was an absent father, which he still is. Like there's no excuse to like, just because you understand your kids, like there's still no excuse to like not be involved in their lives and be like, oh, I still understand you, so I don't really need to see you every day. And I'll just leave you with the nanny or whoever while I'm off making all my movies. But yeah, I mean, I think a lot of the pieces worked, but the overall punch of each of the pieces just didn't fully come together for me. And I just wish it did. So I'm going to rewatch it. We'll see where it stands. It's been a lovely conversation here in YouTube Talk, but yeah, I don't know. Just didn't hit me the way. And I think, Seth, like when I saw your tweet, like saying like you couldn't breathe the final 40 minutes, like I was like rubbing my hands in the theater, like, oh, here we go. We're getting to the third act. Let's get into this. And then the movie ended. I'm like,
Tyler was breathing fine.
Yeah, I was sad. I was like kind of so, and I was so ready to just like bawl and be like such a mess emotionally, and it just never came. But I don't know. I still love his other movies, so this one I'm sure will come back over time for me. But right now I'm sticking at a 3.5.
I just threw a 4-star on the movie, so I did rate the movie.
Proud of you.
All right.
Now, no one listening to this will know you never had it rated.
That's what I'm saying. No one knows.
Yeah.
No one knows.
Yep. Nice. I refreshed and I see your 4-star now.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
Appreciate that. Thanks for double checking me.
Cool. Well, that'll do it for Sentimental Value. And I think Jay Kelly will be a quicker conversation, but we'll talk Jay Kelly quick. Noah Baumbach's latest movie. Everybody knows Jay Kelly, but Jay Kelly doesn't know himself. Famous movie actor Jay Kelly embarks on a journey on self-discovery, confronting both his past and present, accompanied by his devoted manager, Ron. Jay Kelly being played by George Clooney, Ron being played by Adam Sandler. You also have Laura Dern, Billy Crudup, Greta Gerwig, Patrick Wilson, Riley Keough. But yeah, let's get into Jay Kelly. It's in theaters right now. It comes out on Netflix soon as well. Yeah, this is also another film festival watch for all of us. I'll start with George this time. George, what are your thoughts on Jay Kelly? I know we kind of touched on a little bit for patrons.
Yeah, we talked about
last
it very
Patreon
briefly.
episode. So
what were we?
join the Patreon. We were talking Michael Clayton.
We were talking Michael Clayton. Yeah. We were talking George Clooney. Right. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to immediately start with maybe a potentially controversial take, but I think the more I think about Jay Kelly, the less I like Jay Kelly.
I'm actually the opposite, I think.
Interesting. And and let me make it clear. That's not me going from like, oh, I like this movie to I hate this movie. That's me going from, oh, I liked this movie initially. Now it's just like, I don't care for this movie. Like, I think that's again, like I've said this before on the pod, a big way I rate movies on Letterboxd when I do rate movies on Letterboxd is, can I see myself rewatching these movies? And initially I was like, yeah, I'll probably rewatch Jay Kelly when it comes to Netflix. Haven't even had a single urge to rewatch Jay Kelly. And not only that, it's like not a movie I've like out of the film festival, like Resurrection, I've thought about every day. Marty Supreme, I obviously think about every single day. And this is one of the film festival movies that I feel like I've just kind of like forgotten about. But I definitely liked it. I liked the it is like a Noah Baumbach Netflix movie, unfortunately. And I think you could feel like the Netflix isms kind of peeking through here and there. I think the biggest letdown for me, and I'm not saying that their performances were bad, the biggest letdown for me was George Clooney and Adam Sandler, because going into Jay Kelly, everyone was like, here's Adam Sandler supporting Oscar. Here's George Clooney's best actor Oscar. And everyone was like, this is the movie. This is the movie where they'll both finally get their much deserved flowers. And as I'm watching Jay Kelly, I'm like, I'm not blown away by what they're doing. I'm not blown away. Like George Clooney's kind of doing his very typical charismatic George Clooney. Adam Sandler is kind of doing the same thing he does in most movies, or most serious movies, where he's kind of like, he's a very clearly a good dramatic actor, but the comedy is kind of peeking through every so often. And even like when you think about Oscars, I kept thinking, I was like, when's it going to happen? Like, when's their Oscar moment going to happen? Like, when is that scene where I'm finally going to start saying, yes, Adam Sandler, best supporting actor? And it just never came. But I like the aesthetic. I love movies about making movies. So regardless of what narrative you give me, I think within that like very niche subgenre of film, I think I'm going to be attracted to you. But I wasn't necessarily blown away. I think it kind of all boils down to the fact that I don't care for movies about rich and famous people that hate their lives. Like everything about Jay Kelly and his life, like he's the man, the only poor part of his life is his relationship really with his daughter. And I wasn't sold on that like relationship being ultra negative. Like I was only sold on that relationship being as negative as it is because his daughter is growing up and his daughter wants to do things on her own. Like I was never convinced that relationship was stained because of Jay Kelly's stardom. Different story with the older sister, obviously, but I don't think that aspect was fleshed out nearly as well as it should have been. Like there was the therapy scene, which I think was bogged down by a couple of jokes. So I don't know. I think, I mean, Noah Baumbach obviously has better writing outings. I could name a couple. And I don't think I was as blown away by Jay Kelly as I would have liked to be. I think there was this whole like Adam Sandler, Laura Dern side plot. Tyler, I know we talked about this briefly sometime. I forgot when, but I didn't love that. I think that
was me you spoke to about. Actually.
Was it you? It was one of you.
We both said it was not the worst part of the film.
Yeah, it was just so forced. And it never came back. So it felt a little like weak. And then you know, I think it's cool how at the end it was like George Clooney's filmography and how like he was running through that. Like that was very emotional. That was very sweet. But like there's just a lot of moments that I didn't like find myself caring for. Like the thief on the train. The hell was that? Why was that in this movie? The tennis tournament. What are we doing? Like there was just a lot of like interesting decisions made in this movie. And I just, the more I think about it, or the more I don't think about this movie, because I haven't thought about it in a while, the less I think I'm like really like into it.
Seth?
Those are my thoughts.
I think, no, you weren't here, Tyler, but George said something earlier about The Running Man.
Talk to me. What did I say?
The rings true for me with this one, where it's like, if someone gave this a half a star, I'd be like, yeah, that's fair. Even though I loved it. Because I think J. Kelly as a film, as a concept, is so self-obsessed, it's so pompous, it's so self-important, especially in that kind of final conclusion where, like George said, we're taking a guy who is virtually, you know, even though he's kind of past his heyday and he's almost, you know, living off memories and blind to his kind of true self because he's been playing these characters so long, and that's kind of for generations. It's just like this, you know, rich actor who's got a few troubles in terms of relationships and previous endeavors and whatever. But I really liked it, man. I don't know, it really like worked for me. Not just in a dramatic way, but in a comedic way too. I actually, the Adam Sandler I think is good. I don't think he's like amazing. I think George Clooney's really, really good, but again, I don't think he's like his best work. But I think it's one of those films where it's kind of the rarity that the self-importance actually really works for me. And I just found it like almost ridiculously endearing. I love the setups for it as well. I love the way it uses like the cities and the environments, especially in some of the Italian backdrops. Really, really cool, especially near the end as well. And I actually just really enjoyed the way it kind of plays with memories. And that's kind of a very recurring theme throughout the whole film. It's looking back at George Clooney. And one of my favorite scenes, actually, one that I thought would actually lead the film down a different way, is that early interaction with
Billy Crudup, his old friend.
Yes, yeah. Really enjoyed that scene because it is that kind of like revolving door moment, and I don't know, I really like kind of fucked with just how ridiculous and pompous it is, but it also like, for me it felt like really sappy, yes, but charming and really reflective, and also kind of like snarky towards Hollywood, which I tend to enjoy as well. It flew by for me, like even that end show reel, which is just so self-obsessed of Clooney's career. I don't know. It just kind of works for me. Like I just liked it. Maybe it's a mood thing. Yeah, I was just in the mood for that sort of thing. I think Noah Baumbach for me, actually, believe it or not, crazy statement incoming, might be my favorite of his films.
Interesting, really.
Yeah. I don't know. It really worked for me. I mean, I think Noah Baumbach. I haven't seen a lot of his. I think I've only seen like 5 or 4. The obvious, like, but they're all like Noah Baumbach. Actually, this is actually crazy to me. I've seen 4 Noah Baumbach films, right? And they're all a 4-star. So that's kind of what we're working with here.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I'm taking Marriage Story.
I've seen Marriage Story. I've seen Francis
taking
Ha.
Mistress America over J. Kelly. I'm taking White Noise over J. Kelly. I'm taking the Meyerowitz story over J. Kelly.
Do you know what? Actually, I might take Meyerowitz story. I actually really like Meyerowitz stories a lot.
I think the only Baumbach movie that I've seen that I wouldn't take over J. Kelly is Kicking and Screaming.
I don't know what
that's the only one I have a little lower than J. Kelly.
Yeah.
I don't know. Really, really worked for me. It's one of those where I think because of the nature of it, I can understand people not liking it. There was loads of people like when I was speaking to about it with people who were at the festival, a lot of people didn't like it, a lot of people didn't fuck with it, which is more than understandable. Just really worked for me. I was definitely in the mood, and I will watch it again for sure when it releases on Netflix.
Yeah, J. Kelly, my hot take would be I think J. Kelly should have been a musical. I think this would have worked much better as a musical. It's so over the top, ridiculous, overly sentimental, very self-servicing. And I think it would have lended itself. Like, think of like the train scene, I think could have been a perfect musical element or just a stage play. This felt like a stage play or musical, either one you want to do. But like the whole reconnection with him and Billy Crudup was so like over dramatic, melodramatic that like it was so ridiculous. Like, I don't know. The movie itself, I just feel like was really self-servicing and overly sentimental, and it just didn't work for me. But I think it would have translated really well to a stage. I think a lot of this would have worked well on a stage. I think it's a very actor showcase of a movie.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like looking back on it, I start thinking of it less and less. Like I did think Adam Sandler was great. He was my favorite performance in the movie. George Clooney, I thought was really, really good. My favorite actually performance is Greta Gerwig, because I think her dry humor is the best like of all time. Like I love her and everything, but we only get like 30 seconds of her and she's just hilarious in her phone conversations throughout this movie. But yeah, everything with Laura Dern was a complete miss for me. The train scene was a miss for me.
You didn't like when he went on and everyone like knew who he was and everyone was like,
no, I hated that. I thought that was like super corny. I was like that.
It is. I just lied to it, to be honest.
Yeah, no, but it's like you said. Like I can see why people would hate this movie. I can see why people love this movie. But everything about that train, the second he gets on, the second he gets off, I completely despise.
So real shit.
The whole former friend thing, I thought was just a little silly. Like the whole like fist fight in the parking lot and that getting filmed, that being kind of a looming threat the whole movie that this thing's going to come out and ruin his career. But the Laura Dern stuff all was just like could have been nixed from the movie. I really did like the flashbacks to his childhood and then how it would have him kind of viewing the scene. I thought that was really nice. The opening of this movie is phenomenal. The one take of him.
What was the opening?
It's like him filming his last scene of that movie.
Oh, when he's sat down with the dog comes over. Yeah.
And he like keeps trying to redo the scene because he doesn't want to really kind of like close this chapter of his life, knowing that that's probably his last like big movie role.
Last big one.
But yeah, loved it. And it was like a very long one take shot. That's super cool opening. But yeah, I just think it gets bogged down a little bit by the over sentimentality that I just didn't really buy into. Everything with him and his father too just didn't really work for me as much when they were kind of at that.
Yeah, I get that. To be fair,
and the whole Patrick Wilson thing, I feel was like so over the top in your face of like George Clooney. Look how much his life sucks. His family hates him, and then look at Patrick Wilson. He has like 72 kids in this van, and they all love him, and he's awesome. Like this movie's very over the top, and if it works for you, that's great. For me, it just didn't work for me. And it all kind of leads up to this dramatic ending with the show reel of his movie life. And I don't know, it just didn't really do much for me. It was cool like to see, a movie clip reel of George Clooney because he's got such a charismatic filmography. But yeah, it's a movie kind of where he, it's about a guy who's ditched his life for the most part to be a star and has to grapple with knowing that he doesn't really have many family or friends because of it. And the movie kind of ends with him and Adam Sandler both realizing that they've given up their lives with the relationships and families they've had to build this career together of this famous movie star. And they kind of both acknowledge that and accept that and say like, hey, our life turned out pretty great. We got all these sick movies. And they
kind of scene they like though? When he's walking through like the woods, the forest, and he speaks to the daughter. I did like that actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Maybe it's because it reminded me of like after George's wedding when I was just walking through the woods. Maybe I saw the same thing. That's what it was.
But the daughter's relationship with the therapist, I thought was really rough too. Like, 'cause the therapist, like, it was just injecting comedy, and George, you mentioned that too. And it's just like, I just think this movie had so many pieces that I loved.
Yeah, I get that.
That got bogged down by the writing. Like, that's why I just didn't love the Noah Baumbach effort here. When this really is supposed to be like a magnum opus for not only George Clooney but Noah Baumbach, because it's very reflective on both their careers, acknowledging all the relationships they've loved and lost and got mangled with along the way. I mean, it's Noah Baumbach was married to Jennifer Jason Leigh, and that all fallout happened with him and Greta Gerwig, and now they're together and they're both doing their whole movie thing. So there's a lot of personality in this movie, of course, that's deeply personal to them. But yeah, I was hoping, some of the Sentimental Value, I was hoping this was all building to something that was going to really break me, and it just didn't really get me there. But yeah, I think the relationship with the younger daughter was interesting too, because it's like, her life's fine. Like, she's happy and like having a great life, but it's like her life kind of gets not ruined, but the complications come in when like Jay Kelly tries to like reinsert himself in her life. She's like, dude, I'm traveling Europe. Like, I'm a Nepo baby who's rich. I met this like indie director. Like, we're going to have I'm fine. Like, I don't need you in my life. And he's just trying to self-insert himself. So he's just kind of complicating her life even more. So there's some good relationships here, good moments, good performances. Just think it was bogged down a bit by the writing to me.
I kind of like, I think me in general, I quite like when, like, you said when they kind of just go for that full reflective moment of their careers. I do quite like when directors do that, no matter how like self-important it is. Like, I think, I don't know, an example to me would be, which actually you did love as well, Tyler. For example, Wes Anderson's Asteroid City. I think it's kind of similar in the way it flows by in his career, and it's very self-important in that mark. But I think I just kind of like when directors do this. It's very sappy. It's very over sentimental valued. Got him. Yeah, I really liked it. But it's one of them where I can see what people didn't for sure.
Yeah, I'm excited for when Is This Thing On comes out because I feel like seeing Sentimental Value, Is This Thing On, and Jay Kelly all back to back at a festival, they're all so similar in their tackling of art and how that has to incorporate into your life as a full-time artist, and what that means to you for expression, but also what that sacrifices for you as well. So excited for that one. I don't even know. I think it comes out like December or something, but that's not a Netflix movie. But yeah, anything else anyone has to say about Jay Kelly? I'm sure Cam will watch it when it drops on Netflix in a couple weeks. So curious to see where he lands on it. But
no more notes for me.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get Cam Walsh back in here for some trailers.
It's been a while since I've seen Cam Walsh.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we've had a lot of movie reviews to catch up on, but we won't do the draft this week. We'll just get into trailers and movie news. So Cam will be back shortly. All right. Trailer time
instead of news.
True.
But this is a packed news and trailer week. We got the
Was
Marty
it?
Supreme trailer.
What was the
That-
draft going to be?
Building a movie based on a bunch of different categories. Mateo suggested it to me. So I was like, yeah, we'll
That's
do
a shame because that sounds really fun. In my
That sounds fun as fuck.
it. Well, we got trailers and movie news to go through. Unless you guys
That
want to
sounds
do
fun
the
as
draft
fuck.
instead.
Whatever.
All right. Do you want me to just power through trailers and movie news?
Go power for it. Go.
Yeah.
New trailer from Marty Supreme coming out December 25th. We're all very excited for it.
Looks very
And
good. George has seen it
looks
already.
sick.
But
Yeah,
looks
it looks
great.
sick.
Trailer looks really good.
Movie bangs.
I think I'm going to speak for all of us on this one too. New trailer for Emerald Fennell's Wuthering Heights, starring Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi, coming out in Valentine's
Looks
Day.
good.
I'm
Yeah,
excited.
it's a movie. It's a movie everyone's hating on online. This movie looks
It
good.
looks beautiful. I'm sorry. Like, it just
Yeah,
does.
I'm excited.
Yeah, and
I'm excited.
make fun of Emerald Fennell all you want, but I think the trailers are and the taglines are very purposely preparing people to think it's going to be a love story, very by the book, not by the book. I think it's going to be a lot different than the trailers are showing, and I have faith in the movie, and I think it looks fantastic. Linus Sandgren is
Never read the
phenomenal DP.
I will
First
say,
teaser
Tyler,
for-
just sorry, quick point.
yes.
Saltburn also, I think the images in Saltburn are not the problem. So that's the only slight thing I have right now. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Where I think Saltburn are really good.
But yeah, but
However,
there's also Linus Sandgren who was a cinematographer on that one. So
There you
there
go.
we go. First teaser for Toy Story 5. Blah. I don't know.
Ah,
Didn't watch it.
it
Shout out animation, man.
is what it
Shout
is.
out.
Shut up, slop. First trailer for Gore Verbinski's Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. Whatever. I
That
don't
looks
know.
sick.
I don't
No,
know.
that looks sick as fuck.
This didn't move me. I don't know.
It didn't
move
really.
me.
I love Gorbisky.
But I saw a lot of people excited for it, though.
I'm excited for it because it's Gorbisky
Yeah, I'm
back
excited.
and
That shit
making
looks sick as hell.
Yeah.
New trailer for The Housemaid looks mid, but Riley read the book. And, well, I don't know. Riley's interesting. She's the type where she's like, I read the book. Why would I want to watch the movie? So I don't know.
Which I get, to be fair.
I would only see that if she wants to see it. There's no other reason I'm going.
Yeah, it's really
Because it comes out like Christmas week as well. And there's so many other movies coming out that week. First trailer for Super Mario Galaxy movie. Who is that casting announcement? I didn't mark that down.
It
Oh,
was
Benny
Anya Taylor-
Safdie?
or sorry, Brie Larson was Rosalina, and Benny Safdie.
No,
was,
the Benny Safdie is like Bowser Jr.
Bowser
Who is he?
Bro,
Bowser Jr.
what is Benny Safdie's career plan? man?
Benny Safdie's a fella. He's a
What
fella.
are we
Good.
doing?
Crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. And
Is
then we also
Betty-
got a trailer for
help me out here. Which one's Betty? Is he Marty Supreme?
Smashing
or
Machine.
No,
Smashing-
Smashing
Oppenheimer.
Machine.
All right.
Oppenheimer,
Stick to
Smashing
acting.
Machine. Yeah.
Yeah, I know
Are you
like
there, God?
acting who he is.
Yeah,
forgot
I got
who
you.
was directing it.
Smashing Machine.
Okay.
New trailer for the SpongeBob's movie Search for SquarePants. Looks awful. Stop making 3D animation SpongeBob.
I didn't watch that one. That's great.
It is so.
Nothing's going to be. It's 2006 one anyway.
Dude, it looks
Yeah.
scary. Like SpongeBob looks frightening.
Yeah.
Dude, they changed the animation
Plankton
like
movie
2 or
was
3 years
terrifying.
ago,
The
or
animation
maybe
was
longer
fucking
than that
good,
at this
man.
point, and it sucks.
Mhm.
Bad animation. Keep it.
We got a teaser for Devil Wears Prada 2. Only reason I included this because it was cool. You know, they were filming it while we were in New York City all together with the
when we
fellas.
lost
yeah.
Tyler.
True. And we
You
lost
lost
Tyler.
me.
When we lost Tyler on the bus.
Where are you
From
guys?
Devil.
Or where's Tyler? I'm like, I'm just on the set, bro. Like,
Just
I was
on
called
the
the set. It's
We're
called
gonna see Tyler in the back of one seat, just looking around like, where the fuck am I?
yeah. Second mention the John Travolta meme of this episode.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like, where the hell's my friends?
Yeah.
We got a new trailer for Fallout Season 2. This looks so good. I'm so excited.
I haven't
Seth,
seen
are
the
you
trailer yet,
excited?
actually. I haven't
Oh,
watched it yet.
I'm so
I like the
amped.
first one,
Riley's
but
so
I know
amped. One of the
Yeah.
best video game adaptations we've had in a long, long time.
I enjoyed it a lot.
Then we got a teaser for SS Rajamouli's new film Varanasi coming to IMAX in 2027.
Dude,
that event looks insane.
fucking crazy.
This thing looks
that movie
mythical.
looks insane.
What the fuck?
Mythical's like underselling it almost.
Yeah, Mythical is underselling this.
Yeah.
When does this drop
You guys want to
again?
hear something funny?
2027. No.
Oh
date.
fuck, man, that's ages. Fucking hell.
I got emailed like 3 weeks ago, or maybe 4 weeks ago, saying that they will pay for a 3-day trip to India.
Why didn't you go?
Dude, because it was around my move. Also,
Yeah.
I'm not flying that long for 3
Oh, was that
days.
what your
No,
friend
pay for
Liam? Because
That's
Liam
what Liam's at
crazy.
right now. Yeah, Liam went on it.
I was looking at his
Yeah.
tweets the other day.
Yeah, it was like a trailer.
looks
release.
insane, bro. That's
Why didn't you
setup.
go?
Oh my
That's
God.
actually crazy not to go. I think that's
I got too much going on.
the
Right now.
setup and
That's
stuff.
fair.
is
That's valid.
insane.
I don't know, like I understand, but that's crazy.
Yeah, the teaser is just bananas for this thing. Watch it if you haven't seen it. I
God.
recommend it. Called Varanasi. It comes out in 2027. But yeah, that
Looks
no clue what
fucking
this movie. I have no clue what the hell this movie's gonna
But
be.
I'm
about.
sat.
Trailers.
I'm
Yeah,
seeing
I'm sat day one.
immediately. Crazy.
Quick movie news. We got a bunch more new looks at Christopher Nolan's Odyssey. Looks
Yeah,
cool. Historical nerds found dead in a ditch.
Yeah,
Jimmy
big-
Jimmy
oh,
Olsen
shut up.
series.
Just
Jimmy Olsen series officially in the works, made by the people who made American Vandal.
We're
Criminally
losing the
underrated, hilarious show. Cam, what's your thoughts on the Jimmy Olsen show?
That's fine. It's like I'll watch it. I feel like we're losing the plot here, man.
Have you seen American Vandal? It's actually like a great
American Vandal is
No,
so fun.
I've not. I'm not. To be fair, there are a lot of like oftentimes like people do really great things and then follow it up with like maybe not great things or vice versa. But just like I don't know where we're going with this cinematic universe. I understand we're not trying to be the exact same thing as the MCU, but also your studio execs. Actually, I guess he is technically a studio exec, but the people I'm trying to think of the word. The shareholders, they want the MCU, and I don't think Jimmy Olsen is getting us any money or anything at all.
That's real shit.
Also, like this is the frustrating thing about like live action. Sorry, I'm going into it now.
No,
Live
no, good.
action, like connected universe, like making a Daily Planet show and then never having Lois Lane or Clark Kent is like, what's even the point? Like, I get it. They're the big actors. You're not going to get them to come back for an HBO Max show, but like. That's the annoying part of a live action cinematic universe. You're not going to be able to do like the whole fucking point is they go to work during the day and then there's Superman. You know, just make everything animated. Animation's better than live action.
Nick Cage is starring as Carlo Gambino in John Woo's next film Gambino. So another John Woo coming out where Nick Cage is playing a mob boss. So
Heck yeah.
sounds like the perfect type of role for him. First look at Everybody Wants to Fuck Me, starring Taron Egerton and Jessica Henwick. Just wild movie
What a
title
title.
for sure.
Yeah.
What a wild movie title. And then lastly, a Sharknado Origins movie is in the works.
Yeah, that's
releasing
real
next
shit.
year.
That's exciting.
Has any of us seen a Sharknado movie? Cam, you
I've
had
seen the
to.
original. I've seen the first one.
I've seen the first, I think. Yeah.
I've seen the
Okay.
first one.
All right, let's draft.
Cam,
Yeah,
have you
yeah.
watched a movie worse than the first movie of the year that you watched?
Did you do that this year, though?
Happy Gilmore too.
Oh
No.
yeah,
'Cause
right.
I think the first movie I watched this year was probably like a 3 or 4 out of 100 or something.
Do you remember I
Happy
fell in
Gilmore
love with
2
a
was the
church
one.
girl? Was it Church Girl?
I
Oh
fell in
yeah,
love
I
with the
fell in
church
love
girl.
with the church
Yeah.
girl.
What a
I'm still a
time.
big fan of Finding Jesus.
Finding Jesus.
Oh
Yeah.
my god!
I really thought that would be like a Finding Nemo kind of movie, and it just wasn't. But,
You're
yeah.
nuts.
That's crazy.
All right, so here's the draft today. Mateo suggested this, so we're kind of building a movie, and we've done this before. However, your movie can't include. Well, first off, once someone's taken, obviously no one else can pick them, but you can't pick
Franchise.
people that have like. So, for example, like director, lead actor, you can't have Christopher Nolan and Cillian Murphy on your team, or and genre should be a genre that they haven't worked in before either.
So they
say
can't
Christopher
work with each
Nolan-
other once.
No, I think it'll be something that's up to interpretation for us. But if there are people that are like regulars, like you can't do
Like
like Yorgos
regulars.
and Emma.
A De
And you
Niro and
can't
Scorsese
do-
or whatever.
Yeah, Leo and Scorsese. Yeah, just try and do people that are fresh. And like if they work together once, fine. But still, like the goal of this basically is to try and create something of people who haven't worked together before in terms of the different actors that haven't worked together before. This is a genre the director hasn't really worked in either. So just the goal here is to build a completely unique movie that no one's ever had anything similar to before. So we got director,
Damn.
lead actor, supporting actor, 2 supporting actors. But for lead actor and the 2 supporting actors, can be actor, actress, doesn't really matter there. But 1 supporting actor has to be any working, so it can just be anyone, and then the other one's up and coming, so someone who again will be up to interpretation, but not a huge star yet.
So
And
no,
all of this has to be
Sad.
correct. All this has to be working people. So this has to be a movie that could feasibly be made.
Okay.
And then genre is just, your baseline genres, drama, action, whatever. And then a subgenre could be, make it a period piece, make it a musical, make it war, whatever subgenre, psychological you want to go with. And cinematographer and composer. So a lot of stuff to play with here. George, you get the first pick. Where are you going to start?
We're not going in order, are we?
Mythical movie. No, you can do any pick.
No order. Okay.
My mythical movie. I'm going to start with lead actor because I want him off my board, and I am going to take Mr. Timothy Chalamet.
That's lame.
And I know where I'm going with this. You guys aren't prepared.
I have no idea where I'm going with this.
You guys don't know.
Maybe we'll just find it along the way as you pick categories. You'll start building it out, and you're like, okay,
yeah.
let's make that. So where are you going, Seth?
I'm gonna go like quite topical. I'm gonna go with my director. I'm gonna take PTA, Mr. Paul Thomas.
Okay.
Yeah,
Kind of crazy start. I really thought like,
is it?
no,
I
feel like director 1-1 was an obvious choice, but I guess not.
I mean, really?
Maybe not for you, like necessarily, but like for if we're going on like a
The Russo brothers will still be there for you.
Russo brothers. Yeah,
Take a
that's what I
breath.
was going with. Sean Levy.
I'm going to take Christopher Nolan though.
Yeah, like I feel like popular.
I was thinking Scorsese or
Yeah, Nolan was the obvious, of course.
Yeah.
Scorsese, we don't need to make any more mythical movies for Scorsese. He needs to focus on the 7 he has on his
Bro,
plate.
he's got a fucking Jesus movie built. That's still a mythical film, in my opinion.
Yeah. Cameron, back-to-backs.
I don't know. I'm gonna go with I don't know. I wasn't prepared. I'm gonna go with composer and get Ludwig right off the bat.
Yeah,
Okay,
good one.
okay.
Good one.
We're gonna start. I'm trying to look at the like smaller.
So, like, for example, I couldn't have drafted Ludwig anyways, because, like, to me, I would say, they've collaborated too much with Christopher Nolan. So that's what we're going for. We're trying to be unique.
Yeah.
I guess cinematographer and go Sam.
That's why I didn't take Nolan, because I wanted Chalamet, but they've worked together.
I mean, you could have taken Nolan.
No, I was actually going to use it as an example of one that, like, we would let slide.
You could.
I know you would have let it slide, but I'm trying to.
But just to clarify for the rest of the picks, like stuff like that, we would certainly let slide.
Yeah.
Did you hear my pick?
No.
I'll go with cinematographer and go with Sam Prom.
What?
I like him, man. He's
Cam's cooking.
And again, like could have gone with like Freaky Deaky Roger Deakins or something, but I'm trying
Freaky Deaky.
That is how he likes to be known.
What?
Deaky,
I have heard
that's not like something I made up. I feel like
no
I've
one
heard
says
that plenty.
that.
I've never heard that.
I feel like I've heard that a couple times.
I've never once.
Maybe I'm wrong, but
Freaky Deaky.
Yeah, I'm gonna. My start's gonna be boring, but I just kind of have to grab these before other people would. So my genre, I'm gonna go horror. Everyone's been asking for it, including myself. A Christopher Nolan horror movie. Let's make it happen, and we're gonna build it today. Seth.
Theoretically, could I go the same genre as you, or do we have to split that as well?
No, because that's already taken for horror.
Okay, right, that's fine.
You could go like thriller, but
Yeah, that's real shit.
Thriller. What do I want to do here? Let me see. I'm gonna go.
Yeah, tell us, baby.
I'm just double checking.
Tell me.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Because I can't think of another pick right now. I'm gonna go cinematographer. I'm gonna go Robbie Ryan, who does the Yorgos films. Him with PTA. I'm talking Ghoul.
I see the vision.
Thank you.
I also see the vision. Kind of.
George Carmi, back-to-back picks.
George Carmi.
Yeah, back-to-back picks. I mean, let me tell you something. You talk about dream director actor pairings. We were talking about PTA and DeCaps for a while. There are just certain pairings that we all just want to see happen. I feel like Chalamet and Snyder are in that particular conversation.
Ew.
That's crazy.
I just can't imagine a world where that doesn't absolutely fucking bang. Okay.
Disgusting foul.
And
Yucky.
you had don't do that. And then you have Zack Snyder, you have Timothy Chalamet. Okay, so I'm gonna go with my up and coming supporting, or actually, this could be. I feel like. I mean, you guys tell me where this person will slide into the supporting actor.
Yeah, we'll guide you.
Okay, throw in a Chase Infinity into that.
It's definitely up and coming.
For sure.
She's in one film.
All right, my bad. I mean, she is.
I mean, if she's not up and coming, what are we? You can't even have a debut. You can't even be in.
Can't even have a film.
Yeah, yeah. Never acted before. I'm going with like.
That's my bad, dude. Can you imagine Chalamet and Chase directed by Zack Snyder?
Yeah, I think you've ruined it with the director, George. I'm going to be honest. I feel like
I'm telling you, you don't understand the visual language I'm going for right now.
Okay,
you don't get it.
You
do not get it.
Can I just say it's so nice to be back with all four of us, isn't it?
Don't be hating.
Oh, that was so nice. That was very sentimental value of you, Tyler.
Yeah, I found a lot of value in that sentimentally.
I don't even get. I've not even seen the movie, and I like the joke. I get it.
Thank you.
We're back to Seth here.
I get that one. I get that one.
Lead actor, I think one of the best guys working today, and I'd love to see him work with PTA, and that's Mr. Rob Pat. Mr. Rob Pat.
Yeah, that's a good
Got
one.
two Roberts in one team. Is that
what are the
chances? Cause some confusion in the writers' room?
Yeah, crazy.
All right, so we got the Nolan horror. We got to build from there, and I don't think I was quite ready yet, so I'm going to go just for an easy one. I'm getting composer, and we'll get Reznor and Ross with Nolan here.
Nice. Yeah.
Get Reznor and Ross. I think they could cook up something special here. Redeem themselves from Tron Legacy or Tron Ares. Cam.
Director, I'm going with my goat, Ryan Coogler. Yeah, my goat.
Not switching anything have worked together a lot.
No, you got to take Ryan Coogler and Ludwig.
Yeah, they've worked together.
They just made a movie.
Yeah, you're right.
They made every movie.
You're right. Okay,
they were roommates.
Yeah, my
and they were roommates.
Lead actor. Then I'm gonna go something different than you, sexist motherfuckers. I'm gonna go with Jennifer Lawrence because. I don't know. I like her, and I've really enjoyed her.
I have Chase Infinity on my team.
Okay, yeah, you're chill, man.
What are we talking about?
I don't have anyone cast yet.
They're coming.
I really, honestly, this is strictly based off that like interview her and Rob Pat did, and I liked listening to her talk, and when she brings up Christopher Nolan, it was funny.
I think good vibes from them too.
I think so too. Like I really like Jennifer Lawrence. And then. Supporting actor. I'm gonna go genre, and we're gonna get. Is rom-com a subgenre or a genre?
I think that's a subgenre. So you go romance.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so I'll go romance for a genre. Because why not? Like a really beautiful movie. Honestly, I think it would work out with Mr. Cougs, but it's okay.
Mr.
Cougs. Honestly, I just wanted him to explain 70 millimeter IMAX to me again. One battle after another, very good movie. Lame 70 millimeter.
That was fucking VistaVision as well. They could have done a bunch of shit with that.
Yeah, VistaVision, like lame post about it after Coogler made the like 10-minute video of him just explaining.
Hey, shout out Danny Boyle too. Danny Boyle did the same when they.
That's fair.
That was really cool.
That's fair.
I agree. Cool marketing. Do more.
They should have a Danny Boyle like clip before 28 years later and just being like, so this is how an iPhone camera works. Just, like, explain like the technologies. I'm gonna go
unlock your phone.
Cam kind of led me to this one, but I'll go Freaky Deaky on my team. He hasn't worked with Nolan, right? I don't think so.
Freaky Deaky.
No, he's kind of been a Sam Mendes,
he's more of a
Denis Villeneuve guy.
Yeah, he's worked on
Freaky Deaky,
Sicario, and
worked with Shyamalan.
Prisoners.
Yeah.
Wait, what did he do with Shyamalan?
The Village.
Oh, of course, yeah.
What does he have Oscars for? 1917 and Blade Runner.
1917. Blade Runner, maybe.
Blade Runner.
Did he get it for Prisoners or no? Because if not,
No.
that's crazy.
I think 1917 was his first,
Good looking movie.
It was.
or Blade Runner was his first.
Hot take:
Whichever one.
all the films he shoots,
Good looking movies.
good looking films.
Yeah, good looking movies.
Yeah, he's won 2 Oscars, and I'm just it's loading. George clocked it. Yes, he won it for 1917 and Blade Runner.
He made He did Rango as well. Fuck.
Yeah, he did do.
He's been
Rango.
nominated
got
a
good
shit
Oscars.
ton of times.
Yeah,
Holy-
he's been nominated 650
Lord.
times.
Nice.
Love to
I
put
mean,
down George,
deserves,
but I'll never
but-
take away his
Yeah.
Oscar ball knowledge.
I mean, he
Yeah.
makes me horny.
I mean, they're the
What do you
Trivia
love?
10 champion.
I said I love to put you down, but I'll never take away your Oscars ball knowledge.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
You got
Thank
great
you.
Oscars ball knowledge. I
I
respect
know
that.
movies, bro. I know
Yeah,
movies.
he knows
I'd be
ball. He knows ball.
watching these things.
You
Hell
do
yeah.
be watching.
Is it my turn?
I'd be turning them
No,
on.
it's Seth's turn.
Yeah.
It's Seth's
Oh,
turn.
it's Seth's turn.
I'm gonna take genre because I'm a little bit concerned George might take this. PTA's never made a sci-fi movie before. I'm gonna step into that.
Yeah, but
world
Zack
with-
Snyder only makes sci-fi movies.
That
Yeah,
is
you
true,
can.
actually.
True.
Yeah, with Rob Pat in the lead, you know,
Yeah.
just Mickey 17.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
talking.
Yeah.
I'm talking sci-fi. PTA step
Mhm.
into that.
Yeah,
world.
it's real shit.
Mhm.
Well, technically,
Well-
Rob Pat has High Life. Mickey
Yeah,
17.
I don't think we can go with that.
Wait,
I
Za-
think most actors have. Jennifer Lawrence has
Yeah.
a romance movie.
All right,
I
all
don't
right.
think we're.
I didn't know we were doing it like that because
I don't think
is
you
like
can-
2.
It's
No.
hard to like.
That's hard.
I'm making a brand new movie.
Even if you say
Rob Pat's only
comedy,
been
I'm
in-
gonna be like Timothy Chalamet has Don't Look Up and has Wonka and stuff like that.
Rob Pat's only been in 2. Am
yeah,
I right?
I don't think.
Yeah, I think there's like only a handful of very obvious instances for actors where we're like, yeah, that's the
Yeah.
only genre they do. Like if you said I want to make an Adam Sandler like slapstick comedy, we'd be like, all right now. Like
Actually, I guess Tenet is one as well, kind of.
Yeah. No, you're
Yeah.
good.
yeah,
You're
but no,
good.
I think it's fine. George, where are you going?
Yeah, I'm going to cinematographer, and I'm going to take my boy Greg Frazier. You know, never worked with a Zack
I don't know if
Snyder.
you can.
feel
I don't know
like.
if you can take that.
Why?
He did Dune 2 and Timothy Chalamet was in
Oh,
Dune
you
2.
know what? You're right. Backtrack.
I was
Take that
joking. I
off.
think you can take
Nope,
that.
Yeah,
nope,
I think you're
nope.
okay. I think
I'm
you're
making a
okay.
brand
Yeah,
new
I
movie.
was fully joking. I think you
All
can
right,
Take
take
it off. Take it off. I'm making a brand new movie.
It's off. It's off.
I'm making a brand new movie. So what I'm gonna do? Let me double check that these two people haven't worked together at all. Give me a hot sec. I don't think they have. No. Still no. Yes, they have not worked together for supporting actor. Any working. I know there's a good chance she wins lead actress this year, but she has historically been a supporting role, and I'm going to go Miss Jessie Buckley.
Based. I like it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
And wait, hold
And
on.
there's
then
a-
if
Yeah, so George, you have a back to back. So yeah, what's your next?
yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. Ooh, this is where it gets tough because what genres like is one battle after another? Technically, does it include?
Action comedy?
Yeah, I was more so. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna hold off on genres for now. I really got to think about that. So I'm gonna go with my composer, and what is sorry, give me 2 seconds. Nope, can't do that. He's a frequent.
I
was gonna-
think
Were you
you
gonna say
can have
Hans
like a
Zimmer?
minor overlap.
Hey, Cam, you do what you want for your draft,
Okay.
big
okay.
man. All right,
Hell
and
yeah,
I'm gonna
man.
do what
Drafting
I want.
roommates over here.
All right, this
New
guy,
roommate.
like, I'm trying to not do
They
that.
were roommates.
You know, I'm gonna throw out a new name. The composer of 28 Years Later, Mr. Caius Bencoli.
Ah, I like it.
Do you get him just to make the Boots song for every movie?
Yes, exactly.
Even though that was existing.
He didn't make the boots.
Well, I know, but
No.
he remixed it a little bit. No,
Yeah, that's true.
No,
Wait, what's his name? Aloysius
but you
Massacre?
throw out
band.
Aloysius
Was it not a
Massacre,
band?
actually. He was the lead.
Uh,
Yeah, because he's like
Father
technically
and-
the lead.
love the copy and paste. Not
Father
even,
and son?
not even
What's his
attempting to.
I
take
mean,
that
you
back.
see that name?
No,
Well, whatever.
no, I'm not arguing
Yeah,
with
no,
you.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not arguing with you there.
What's their name?
Seth, you're up next.
I'm gonna take my supporting actor, and this guy I would love to work with PTA. I think alongside Rob Pat as well, and also he's just not in fucking movies anymore. Daniel Kaluuya. I'm gonna take Daniel Kaluuya as my supporting guy.
Yeah, where you been, man?
yeah, where have you been, big
Where
man?
have you been all my life? Last theatrical release, he was on screen, not including Cross the Spider, because on screen was Nope, and that was what Just over 3.5 years ago,
2022.
like June 2022.
In something coming up, I feel like he just got he's like
Yeah, no, he's producing like a fucking
enough
what's
with
the film?
producing gimmick.
Barney.
Oh yeah,
No,
I
he's
forgot
not.
about that. That's
But he
hilarious.
did direct his debut in
The
between
Kitchen.
Nope and now, so he's
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe
Enough with
exploring
this
some other parts of art.
directing gimmick.
But he's so good, man. Like, driving us. And what did you say?
Enough with this, bro. Said enough with this directing.
You're an actor.
gimmick.
You're an actor. Everyone just needs to do what I like them in. I
True.
like him as an
Dog,
actor.
you're so
Be an
funny.
actor. No, you.
Okay, I will go with my subgenre next just because it's easy. So I'm down between two horror subgenres, but I think I'm going to go with the one that's a little less obvious. I feel like an obvious thing you could see a big director take on is like a gothic horror or something back in the day. But I'm going to go with a paranormal horror from Christopher Nolan. I'm going to.
Oh.
Also, I don't think Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross are really the gothic type of producers. I think a paranormal they could play a lot with the
The
freaky
Challenger
analogness.
theme on a gothic horror movie.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
but no, we're still cooking. We're still cooking. Paranormal
All right.
horror. Christopher Nolan. Cam, you get back to back.
Director, can I not take Denis because he worked with Ludwig
No.
on Dune? Okay, that's fair.
Dog.
That's what I was saying. I think you can have some overlap. They're not like every movie, but it's fine. It's fine. I'll take.
No, actually, no. I think you can.
No, it's fine. I'm not trying to piss off George and his.
No. Dog. You're not.
Why can't you though? I don't understand.
He worked with them on Dune and Dune 2. I don't know if
No, he
we're
didn't.
getting that strict, but that's fine. I'll take
Wait.
Ryan Johnson.
Who works with them on Dune 2? Am I tripping here?
That's what Google told me, right?
No,
Dune 2?
look, Hans Zimmer did Dune 1 and 2.
Oh,
Hans Zimmer.
collaborated. Oh, so we're fine. Okay.
Yeah,
They
Hans
just
Zimmer.
I was like, what
okay,
the fuck?
cool.
That's
We're
great.
fine.
Look, we
Sorry,
do-
Google led me astray.
You
Take it
need
to-
me, Cam. I'm a
Yeah,
helper.
I apologize.
So
I'm sorry.
Denis.
Google, fuck you, AI.
AI over you.
AI,
AI
you
over
lied
you.
to me. I don't know. I just
Never
went with
trust
what
that
Google
shit,
told me.
dude.
Never trust AI over you.
I know, dude.
No.
They suck. And I'm leaving my actors for last, and I'm just gonna go subgenre a comic book movie.
Oh, fuck you.
Yeah, Jennifer Lawrence. Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh, Jennifer Lawrence.
She's in Marvel.
Yeah.
God damn.
Did
Come
she?
on.
Oh yeah, that's
She was in a
Yeah,
couple of
I think we're
Marvel.
saving you here.
Since
but
I don't
that's
have Ryan Johnson, I'm gonna go murder mystery. A
Yeah.
murder
mystery romance. I like
Directed
it.
by
I like it.
Denis. It's going so hard, man. It's
Oh,
actually
man.
just like Murder Mystery 3. It's the Adam Sandler universe.
I like it. I like it.
love it.
For my lead actor, I would have gone Jennifer Lawrence because she, if you saw in the interview clip, like shot her shot harder than anyone I've seen shoot a shot
Christopher
publicly.
Nolan,
Where
yeah,
she was
love
like, she's like, if
He's
I could work
never
with any director, it'd be Christopher Nolan, but he won't cast me. Just like out to the world. So I was gonna go Jennifer Lawrence, but I can't because Cam took her. So instead, I think we're going to go with maybe the greatest actress working today who has really shown she's capable of doing any genre. And I think a paranormal horror, Christopher Nolan on that scale could work. So we're going to go Emma Stone. Emma
Yeah,
Stone.
that's real shit.
Emma Stone. And back to Seth. You have supporting actor, subgenre, and composer left.
I'm gonna take my composer, and I think in terms of like PTA's last film and the way he likes to use the scores, I think Junkie XL would make a perfect
Ooh.
score.
Yeah. That's who I was looking at earlier, but obviously he frequents Zack Snyder.
He does frequent. Yes.
Real shit. George,
Hi,
you get
George.
to finish your not finish your draft, but two of
No,
your final
not
three picks.
finished. Yes, but I do have my genres, so we're gonna go to genre. And I don't believe anyone in my correct. My genre, I'm gonna go with gothic. That's gonna be my genre.
That-
Gothic film.
I feel like that's a
That'd be
sub-
subgenre,
That's
probably.
is that subgenre? Gothic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gothic's not like a genre you'd
But
find
that's
on
fine. That's
Letterboxd.
still fine. Yeah.
Okay, we'll go gothic. And then
Yeah.
my genre is we're gonna go experimental surrealist.
No.
What do you mean no?
No, that's
It's a
I mean, that works.
I mean, it is, but I
wouldn't.
wouldn't call that a genre. That's definitely
No, that's not a
you listen to
genre. That
subgenres.
does not count.
Experimental isn't, but I think surrealist
Okay.
kind of like surrealist horror. Wait, what is
No,
yours?
I mean, I
Okay.
think genre. Has a
Oh
very
no, wait,
clear,
no,
like,
this is
6
main
months.
genre. No, fuck you, George. That is
Wait,
not.
No, yeah,
Ex-
that's-
Hold on.
That's
Experimental.
not genre. That's
absolutely a genre of film.
No.
That's our boy Owen Patton. That's all he's doing. That's his main genre.
No.
Not a genre.
All right, fine. Then you know what? Then take out Gothic, throw an experimental surrealist in the subgenre. Okay. And then the real genre. I can't even have Zack Snyder make a musical because Chalamet's fucking done Wonka.
You can, like, you really.
No,
can.
I can't. I cannot. I can't even
Is
do
there
sports.
a genre that Timmy has not done?
Horror.
Yeah.
Horror.
Well, horror's
no.
taken. It's taken.
Horror. Yeah.
Well,
Can't. That's crazy,
done
man.
sci-fi, acting,
Experimental is
comedy.
absolutely.
Also, musical is already listed as subgenre. You couldn't, like, it's,
You know what? My main genre. This is going to be a parody film. That's the genre. It's a parody.
An experimental surrealist
An
parody.
experimental surrealist parody.
Do you not consider Don't Look Up a
Okay.
parody?
No, Don't Look Up is not a parody, dude.
That's a satire.
That's
You
a
want a parody?
satire.
That's fine.
Okay, my
I want a
mistake. my
parody.
mistake.
I want a
Okay,
parody.
well, let's just let you cook for a second. What parody are you? What parody of what here?
Parody,
This is
parody of
gonna
what?
be- This is
Parody
gonna
of
be like-
experimental.
Parody of the
surrealism.
parody of Zack
This
Snyder's
is gonna be. This
Justice
is
League.
gonna. This is gonna be a parody of. This is gonna be a parody of Bram Stoker's Dracula.
What are you cooking? What the
That's what it's
fuck are you
gonna be.
cooking? An experimental surrealist
It's gonna be
parody.
called. It's
Parody.
actually gonna be called Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Yeah, there's the title right there.
You got it. Nailed it.
That is
Okay.
what
Wow.
we are doing.
So Seth, you're up next to your pick. You got your up and coming actor or your subgenre.
Okay. This is like a really random pick. I don't know why she came to mind, but I know she's not been in that much. My up and coming actor, I'm gonna go Nell Tiger Free, who was the lead in
Yeah.
Third Omen, who gave one of my favorite performances in 2024. And I don't know, I think she was in Game of Thrones or something like that. She was great. So I'm picking her. Wait, no, I got one
not
pick.
you.
It does not.
All right. Let me cook here. Supporting
let's
actor,
do it.
any working. Think here we got a Nolan paranormal horror, Emma Stone in the lead. I need some like terrifying, disturbed supporting actor to really
You're-
just drive
you're
home the
going-
themes here.
Can I guess who you're gonna go with?
Yes.
What's his name? Dalsmashian. What's his name?
No.
David
I would not give
no.
Dalsmashian.
Yeah.
I'm going Tim Robinson. Tim Robinson. I think.
Insane.
No, we're
crazy,
putting after
bro.
seeing him in Friendship and how terrifying he got towards the end. That's the energy we're going for here. Tim Robinson.
Maybe I should watch Friendship, man. What the
Not
fuck is
considering
this
him, like, I guess maybe he's not up and coming.
He might be. I don't know. He's not.
Yeah,
I
whatever.
wouldn't-
Whatever.
It's not even hard to consider him an actor. Like, what even is he? He's like some subgenre of actor.
I don't know.
He's like he's already a parody of Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Yeah. Cam. Supporting
yeah,
actor.
me.
Broke his
I think
get to finish
any
your
actor,
draft here.
any working actor, just because he's big right now and was on SNL last night, I'm gonna go with Glenn Powell. That'll
Yeah,
be my
good
kind of
shit.
basic pick of the week. And then does this count as a up and coming actress?
No.
I think so. Because she's not like big yet. Kristen Milioti.
No, she's not up and coming.
No,
dude.
she's
do you
not.
mean she's not up
She's
and
in the now.
Are
She's
you
the
out
now.
of your mind.
What's her next film, Seth?
I don't fucking know.
What does that
So
have to
she's
do with up
not
and
in the
coming?
now, you coward.
Mi-
Okay,
She's,
that's
she
fine.
was
was
just
in-
in the. She just won an
She's just
Emmy.
in-
or-
She just
She's
won
been
an
in
Emmy,
so many
dude.
big shows.
I
as
understand. That's
well.
why she's up and coming. She's
No,
like
she's
the
been in
next
so many big
big thing.
shows as well.
Dude, she was in a Scorsese film. Like,
Oh jeez. Just because you're in a Scorsese film for 3.5 minutes as the wife,
it was
gets
my.
screwed
I
over.
think Kristen Milioti is the now.
That's
Oh
what I'm
my
saying though. She's
God.
not in anything up and coming. She's not
No,
the
that
now.
has to be Tilda.
No, look at her.
I don't know,
moving
man.
up,
She was in
moving
Palm
up.
Springs 6
Okay,
years
that's
ago.
That's fine. Now I gotta find. Oh, here we go. This is up and coming. Sam, can I get Sabrina Carpenter?
I mean, you can, but what the fuck are you
You,
doing?
I could absolutely give you Sabrina
You
Carpenter.
could. That's fine. But
Oh,
Yeah.
she would go so hard in a Knives Out style
Yeah.
murder mystery, and you fucking know it. She would. She would.
All right. Well, so your draft is done. So you got Jennifer Lawrence, Glenn Powell, Sabrina Carpenter. Who's the murderer? Who dies? And who's the detective?
I think
Each of them has to be one.
I think Jennifer Lawrence is obviously like the Benoit Blanc side helper kind of gal, right? She's the Ana de Armas of this one. Glenn Powell, I think, is the murderer. Which he could really pull off. And then Sabrina Carpenter is kind of like the very rich. She's I'm trying to think of Knives Out, Glass Onion.
13 Reasons Why.
Madeline Klein. She could be like
Madeline
that kind
Klein.
of character of just like she's the pretty rich gal, but she's got a little side to her in it. And Glenn and her are falling in love, but she doesn't know Glenn is the murderer. And Denny is just cranking that shit. He's
cranking my shit.
Denny is cranking that shit. All right.
Denny's.
My final pick here is also an actor, just won an Emmy, but I think would absolutely qualify for up and coming still. Owen Cooper. We're going to get Owen Cooper in here. Youngest Emmy winner of all time, I believe, was the record he had.
I like it.
But yeah, absolutely incredible in adolescence. Between him and Tim Robinson, they kind of switch off the supernatural paranormal entity, grabbing hold of them. But yeah, that's what we're cooking with here. Freaky deaky filming. Christopher Nolan directing Emma Stone. Paranormal horror, or you could do the helicopter buddy cop movie, whatever you decide, Christopher Nolan. But Seth, finish off your draft with your subgenre of sci-fi.
I'm gonna go film noir. So we have like a detective. We've got like a PTA detective, but we're in like this maybe sci-fi futuristic landscape. Junkie XL composer,
detective.
Rob Pat detective. Oh man, that's cooked, man.
You might have cooked. I don't know about the composer or the cinematographer, just because Yorgos got
Furiosa and Mad Max, and also Yorgos' films like staging.
Yeah, it's fair. You cooked there. I just don't know Junkie XL in this universe, frankly, in a noir.
I guess so. I'm just thinking he's done like dystopian, and I think with PTA's work,
I see what you're going for. I like it.
Thank you.
All right, George, who's shooting this movie for you?
Yeah, so I mean, you can't just
you
can't just grab a Hoyte van Hoytema for an experimental surrealist parody, right? So
who can you grab for an experiment?
No, I know who I'm grabbing. All right, I like what he puts out. I like his art. I like his style. Our good friend Mr. Teague Shoop, I think, is going to be based shooting this movie. Yeah, I like, he's shooting 10 dates, so he's about to have film experience. So I feel
I mean, you said maybe we have to it's 10
experimental
surrealists.
Oh shit! You know what? You're so right. Wait.
No.
Hold on. What is the genre? It's only listed as a comedy right now.
Well, I don't think Letterboxd have experimental surrealism.
We're fine.
You're fine.
I think Owen has mentioned
we
that
can't
it
keep
is
going on this. Keep it.
I feel like we can. Does Rob Zombie shoot his own films?
No, he has.
Yeah, he has a DP.
I'm
gonna leave Teague Shoop. I'll break my rules for now. Nice. But that's my film.
Awesome. Well, vote in comments for who won here. This is quite the lineup here.
Most, and why was it not George?
I mean, I obviously won this. You guys have basic ass movies.
The parody is crazy.
I am Zack Snyder shooting. Yeah.
And just to get everyone's minds thinking this Monday morning, listen to the ReelTok Podcast, comment your copy and paste, you can't copy and paste, but same categories, draft it for you, but you're part of this draft as well. Can't pick anyone that we picked or any of those categories as well. So let's see what your lineups are.
Nice.
I will vote. I will use my thumbs up, or actually the heart on comments, and I'm going to choose my favorite one of your guys' picks. So
I'm going to say something, right? I'm going to make an executive decision.
Yes.
The best movie, input it in the comments below. Free Discord entry.
Okay.
Okay. There you go.
That's
but you have to get enough votes from all of us. So.
Yeah, you do have to.
All right. There you go. There's a draft, and that'll do it for ReelTok episode 100 and
stop
67.
We are grown men. We have a combined two children.
I have 2 kids.
A combined 2 children.
Okay.
That's crazy.
That's hilarious.
What an episode.
Episode 167, long one, 3 hours. All 4 of the boys back in town. Love it. Got multiple movie reviews down. But yeah, on Thursday we'll be doing our Q&A episode. Been long overdue since we've done one of those. Friday we will be reviewing on the Patreon Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and then next week's movie releases are Wicked for Good, big week. Rental Family, Cease 2. Hamnet comes out the week after, but Wicked for Good is the big one next week. So we'll be talking that.
Your word for Sisu 2.
Sisu too.
Yeah, that one's a layup.
I mean,
But
yeah,
that'll
honestly didn't know that was coming out. Didn't know that was a thing. So it wasn't a layup when I had to figure out that this movie existed.
Have a great Monday, folks. Peace.